Oh, I watched that video or heard the new song too. The Paradox, dude.
Oh man, I fucking love that band. I don't think anything is gonna be able to top Miss Lauren because like I fucking love that song
It's a good
so
song.
much. When he says, "I stare at your chest and I scream MILF," dude, yes. Now we're talking.
Do you think it's as good as Zatanna in this episode, dude?
Okay, so it took me a few watches. She grew on me.
Dude, I'm
The
telling you,
problem,
bro. Oh, she's so
the
good.
I think she's okay. The problem is that she's too serious. So I'm gonna already get into like what my issue are, as well as maybe a spoiler here, but I don't really care. So with how Zatanna is, I think it's too serious.
Okay.
Granted, something serious did happen where she is wanting to do something,
I
which
was
I, I'm all for.
I was just about
But
to say,
they
yeah, with the whole
now,
family
Joseph, I'm
thing.
gonna throw another idea out there to you.
Okay.
What if at the very beginning of the episode they show Zatanna and Zatara, and they show somebody killing him, aka Doomsday? What if they show her joy and then that joy being ripped out by showing the death of Zatara? It would be very quick. It doesn't even have to be crazy special effects. But my whole thing is then I get to see the a little transition of what the character is like, but then what happens where now I'm going to be feeling bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with this episode. The one that they focused on, the one I'm supposed to feel fucking bad for, is the one that hit her husband in the head with the lead pipe, who now is having a birthday party. What?
That's right. That's right. Yo, shout out Chloe Sullivan, man. Yo, great wife, even better friend, and she is on her way to being a villain.
I
How
don't know
about
who's
that?
worse now. Because here's the thing. It's if I saw her, because the other thing that we talked about last episode was Davis staring at her in the rain.
Yeah, I didn't
And
because
then we,
obviously we had Chloe at the apartment window crying, and it seemed like maybe Davis was outside looking back at her or something, you know?
and I feel like I would appreciate more if, like, maybe it opened up with her crying, maybe getting comforted by Davis, something that's going to piss me off too. But this is worse. She's celebrating,
Yeah, man. But look, just stop, dude.
she's
We know
partying.
it's too much hate talk right now. It's too much hate talk. We gotta talk about the love that we see in this episode, dude. And
Voila.
that's Clark
Okay.
and Lois, dude. Because
Okay.
my God, that one scene at the end when I would say when she comes back, my God, I was just so giddy. I had like butterflies in my tummy. I was like,
I
wow,
think, I
this is
think I was,
adorable.
I think I was giddy the whole time where it became like, oh yeah, Clark is so into her. Like the
See,
moment they start opening scenes, the thing that I still hate though, and that's what it just drives me crazy, is the whole Lana saga. If that saga is not in this season, this all works. I'm
dude.
so
Yeah,
like
we
it would
have
be
like minor complaints. It might even be our best season, low key.
I would agree. I would
Mm-hmm.
completely agree with you. If we
Mm-hmm.
did not have that saga in this, this is definitely in the running for best season. So if I do take it out, all the moments are great, especially when you find out he actually framed something that makes, dude, all right,
Dude,
man.
my
There's no
God,
other
dude.
way to
We
put it
can't
besides
talk about
you
that
want to
yet,
kiss her,
dude.
bro.
Dude, like you just want to marry her, dude. You're so into her. Just
You're
stop,
so
dude.
in
Dude,
her.
just
Shut
stop.
up.
If I pulled out his drawer, bro, and I just saw that, I'd be like, dude, you're so whipped, man. You're so
Yeah.
whipped, dude. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
mean,
would do the same thing.
but that's my other thing is that then I'm focused on an individual who then is like, well, what about me?
Back to this bitch, dude. You know, like the
It's
audacity. It's very exhausting, Taylor, because we've done this many times. Like, because out of nowhere, Chloe just comes in and is just like, but what about me, Chloe? That was your friend, and I don't have her job. Like, why are we still playing this whole envious jealousy card with Chloe still? Are you not made? Like, are you not made now? Like, do you run an ISIS terrorist foundation
Didn't you
for
choose that?
Yeah, you
Didn't you
chose
show
to
like
help the poor
choose
like
that?
Lana.
Yeah. And
Not
then when
similar to what Lana does. I mean, help the poor like Lana because Lana was poor. Poor people.
wait, wait, but they were meteor freaks, not just poor.
Dude, what was our Mexican meteor freak's name, man? I forgot his name. Damn.
God, Jose.
Jose? I don't know, man. You know, they all run together. McNally, he's
Yeah, they
influenced
all
us
look
too
the
much.
same.
But yeah, man. No, all in all, though, the episode is decent if you really just take out Chloe. Let's just take her out.
But you can't because she's half the episode, which is also.
Yeah,
By
I
the
know
way,
the episode doesn't make sense without Chloe.
so I had to look up. I was like, all right. So what did people really say about this episode? And then when I look it up, like, man, the development of Chloe, it finally shines in this. The
Dude,
development of fucking Chloe. What?
were we dumb back like then? Like, were we dumb when it came to cinema? I don't think we were, right? Like,
Am I missing something where it was? No, no, no. She was this. We were then upset because she wasn't that. And now we're saying, oh, she's going to go back to it. Snip, snap, snip, snap.
you know what sucks? You know, I think this is a big part of why we formulate our own opinions and ideas of the show. I think it's because we watch it so frequent, like back to back, back to back. When it came to it being live on TV, I feel like your opinions end up getting skewed in a way because you're waiting weeks at a time, but also even months. Like, we have like fucking summer or winter breaks like we're children. And so they make us think like children when it comes to the episode, dude. And yeah, so whoever said Chloe had good character development, 1 star for you. 1 star.
I'm really disgusted with her character. Like, I really am. And
And
it's
we haven't been that
because
disgusted in a while. Chloe's been cool, you know?
it's you're trying to make it seem like poor me. It's not poor you. You cheated on him. And then you chose that guy over him. I can't believe Jimmy. And then when somebody tells her that, hey, I'm kind of on his side, why would you say it? What do you mean? Who would be on your side? Even if they're close friends with you, nobody should ever tell you what you did was okay. Nobody.
Yeah, you know, last time Oliver called you out, he said you were a murderer. Let's not forget that.
All right. Yeah, but let's go back to Zatanna, though. So
Oh, yeah.
she
You know,
did
I will
grow.
say, I do want to add, real quick,
No,
is
go
that
ahead.
I agree with you for sure on, yeah, too serious in most of the moments as far as, like, her plot. But when she comes back, I feel like you get, like, a full-fledged Zatanna.
She comes back?
Yeah, yeah, she comes. This is not her only appearance.
Spoiler, dude. Spoiler.
Well, I just want to give you hope in the future, dude.
All right, that does actually
I
give
just
me a
want to
little bit of hope.
inspire some greatness, you know? Yeah.
You know, it still the first, it is still the first live action. I don't think Zatanna's ever been in anything else, right?
I'm almost
She,
positive, bro, because
she wasn't in The Flash or anything like that, right?
no.
No. I did say this. All right, so it's going to be weird, but the reason why I'm always so biased on Zatanna, if you're ever going to do her real life in person, you know who my dream Zatanna is?
Oh, who?
Vanessa Hudgens. I would
Oh,
probably
wow.
give a
That's pretty good.
testicle for her to be Zatanna. And I don't know what it is, but whenever I picture her, that's what I'm picturing. Is somebody being able to play. And by the way, she also, Vanessa Hudgens, does the princess love stories on Netflix, the Christmas ones, and there are 3 of them. She played 3 different roles in one movie. All I'm saying is Vanessa Hudgens can do it. So I
Dude,
think
I
we
like this
should
pick.
dude, we should probably do it. I think that this should be happening. She should be included. And this one, she was okay. But like you said, you're giving me hope that she is definitely more full-fledged out later on. This was kind of an intro where we didn't know what she was going to be. Okay, so that gives me hope.
Yeah, dude. No, yeah. Because I will say there was moments I was thinking of when I was seeing her coming up, and of course this episode after watching, I was like, oh, maybe it's later on when she reappears again. So I was thinking of some moments. I was like, oh man, I can't wait for Taylor to see this, but you gotta wait still.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I always have to wait to be happy when it comes to this season because once again, this second half has been a real doozy. It's been a real one, and it's also I guys, how many things have been retconned? How many things are we trying to change? How many things are we trying to go back to? What is this? This whole second half, it's like the writers finally watched the other parts of the seasons. Oh, they were really like this. Oh, well, we could change it.
Yeah, dude. They won't know. They won't know. By the way, she confirms that Tana's first live action appearance was Smallville.
Wait, first, but is it the only? That's what I'm curious. I don't
Oh,
think there's
that's
ever been one.
true. I
Yeah.
didn't think about that. I think you're right. Hold on, let me see. I got credits here.
Don't worry, keep looking it up. So, first appearance, I've already said it before. Hawkman number 4, 1964 book. It is Hawkman on the cover as if he's falling down on the ground. When that book opens up, the very first page is Zatanna. It
Yeah, dude, you
is,
got it right on the money, dude.
yeah, well, I own it. To be honest with you.
I've
So,
masturbated to it.
I think I'm only missing maybe like 5 comics that Zatanna has ever appeared in. Like
Really?
Zatanna, yeah, I have pretty much her entire collection. Not only is it because I'm a pervert, but I just have something with magic. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I love me some magic. And then when you're throwing in a girl like Zatanna, who is essentially to the T my type, I am I'm very much into it. I'm very much. I wanted more. I wish the whole thing was her. The fact that she had to share it with a villain just pisses me off.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. There's no other live action appearances of this of Zatanna. It's only been Smallville.
Very
There's
cool.
always been talks. Like there was apparently a live action film that was in development. Got canceled in March 2021, which I assume was getting close to the time of the whole overhaul of DC. Um,
I would imagine that
and Del
gun
Toro doing that Justice League Dark. He was gonna do like a film based on that. She was gonna be part of that.
gun if because I think he's maybe even like pausing Swamp Thing. I just hope that he's going to introduce some type of character, maybe Constantine, maybe somebody, Dead Man. Dead Man would be somebody that Gun does. Like that's
Oh, dude,
just
he can
sounds
make
like
him
such
real cool.
yeah, that just sounds like such an offbeat character that he would easily choose. So I do have hope that Gunn will get weird with it, but it all comes down to Superman better be successful. And somebody got in trouble because they released. So I got big time spoiler for everybody. If you don't want to listen to it, I don't care. Mute it. But you know Green Arrow's going to be in it.
It's like confirmed. I thought James Gunn denied it.
They have a storyboard of him. And it was, I think it was an actor, somebody, then had to delete it.
But
They
someone
post.
asked, and James Gunn did reply and say, no, he's not in the movie.
Are you going to believe that?
Maybe. Because he put, haha, no.
Yeah, what did all the Spider-Man guys say? What did Marvel do with that trailer? Granted, different company, but at this point, I'm not gonna say that I believe you when you're trying to trick me and it could be a surprise.
Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? Look, the only surprises we give around here are for Somebody Save Me podcast, bro. We're back! Man. Back for another wonderful week of Smallville.
You got to say everything backwards.
Okay. Idiots Nerdy to the back
Oh,
where
I actually meant the words too. You actually have to say the words
oh
backwards. You're casting spells.
I couldn't do it. I don't do it. Maybe I
Well,
could
that's
go on
it.
Snapchat and like record myself and then I'll play it backwards and then
That's what I did enjoy with her though too. Is whenever she does the magic, she
it's
does
comically
say it
accurate,
backwards.
dude.
It again. I had to watch it a few times because the personality switch threw me off. Also, Paul Dini is a writer of probably her most famous storyline. I think it lasted like 16 issues. Grant
Mm-hmm.
Morrison, also gigantic, probably everyone's favorite artist when it comes to designing her. Ah, Zatanna, Zatanna, Zatanna.
She's so beautiful. So beautiful.
She is.
But yeah, man, we're real excited to talk Zatanna, Clark and Lois, not Chloe, not Oliver really either. Jimmy, oh, we got a special fun fact for Jimmy today, but we'll get to that. All right. But yes, thank you again for coming back. We're gonna go ahead and start on Hex. That's right. We're coming fresh off of turbulence, dude. Things were shaky, but now it's gonna get a little magic, a little spelly. A little sinister? A little
yeah.
a little
Sinister,
cute?
evil spells.
Yeah, kinda. A
You're
little
a
bit.
witch.
I feel I feel like this is when Smallville started to kind of get into the groove of being,
Wait,
kind of like that
that just
comic
even made me
accurate,
think.
cheesy.
Why didn't we have her in season 4?
Oh, yeah. I got fun facts regarding that as well.
What?
JK. Dude, you think I wouldn't have come with the fun facts in season 4 about Zatanna? Come on, man. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on.
I feel like she would have worked really well when that whole season involved magic.
Yeah, well,
But
she
no.
would have been like 10 years old, Taylor.
So?
Actually, no, she would have been older, but still.
You could have made her 14 and I wouldn't care.
We
It's
could have
not
had
like I'm
Zatara. Maybe we could have had Zatara. And then
See?
he'd have his daughter with him.
By the way, you know what his first appearance is?
Yeah, tell me.
It's Action Comics #1. It's impossible to ever get.
Oh, because his first appearance was Superman. I did see
Yeah.
that.
How weird.
Very strange. Maybe they'll be in the movie.
Well, if they are, okay. If you are, then I do get Zatanna. I see what you did there. I'm hard.
One can only hope. Yes, leave the 5 stars for the 5 hearts from Taylor, okay?
For the 5 magic tricks, for the 5 rabbits that we pull out of the hat, for the 5 evil spells, for the 5 scenes.
Terrible things that Chloe thinks.
Yeah, I was going
and
to say
says and
the
does.
5 garbage that I have to put up with. 5 stars plus 3, 8 seasons. Zatanna, I'm into you.
Oh, yes. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. Mystical spelly. All right. So, we open it up. Metropolis. We're at the Ace of Clubs, whatever. It's the rooftop club we're always at. We don't go to any other club in this city. Only this one. Because it is also Oliver's house. Still. I don't know. Does he live in a jet? Does he live in the
jumbo
club?
jet.
I don't know, dude. Like, he's confusing me. But
That jumbo jet's disgusting. He lives there.
Well, it's dead now. Tess crashed it. Yeah, so that
Yeah.
jet's gone.
But Oliver knew it was a plan with Oliver and Tess together.
Tess said, "It's like, hey, you think I could do this with your jet?" And he was like, "Yeah, go for it." Clark sucks.
She's like, I think Clark has powers. Oliver then replied, so do I.
You think so? Prove it.
What a piece
Do whatever
of
it takes to
crap.
prove it. So, yeah, Metropolis are at the club. We have Chloe, who looks like she's still kind of crying on the balcony of this club.
Dude, fuck off. Like, I'm not listening to this now. All right, if that's what you're really going to say. She's crying. She's having a birthday party. Isn't this the most inappropriate thing? This is easily one of the most inappropriate things I could ever think of somebody doing in my entire life. You just had your husband say, this isn't going to work. You chose a serial killer over me. And then she's throwing herself a birthday bash to celebrate what? Well, it's my birthday. I party if I want. What are you partying for? Oh, yeah, that's right, because you don't love him. And
she's touching her wedding ring right now, dude. She loves him. She's thinking about him.
my other question to you, Joseph, this is my big question to you. Does she think she's right?
Of course.
Okay. Like, this
What
is
do you
I
mean? I feel like this is the whole problem. If she thought she was wrong, we'd see a whole different thing coming from Chloe right now.
We wouldn't be celebrating a birthday.
That's right. So
I'm so mad.
Chloe's here
I,
just contemplating how she's so right and how
who
she's
she's
gonna
gonna
try to.
sleep with tonight. That's what she's contemplating.
It's like, do I hit up Davis? Is that too wrong? I
Why
don't
isn't
know.
Davis here yet?
Oh yeah. So then we get a gift handout coming from outside the frame to surprise Chloe, and it says from Clark. And it's like, oh, Clark brought her a gift. That's nice, dude. Clark's so sweet. You know, he
What are
gives
you
the best
smiling
gifts.
for?
Clark gives the best gifts, dude. That's why. But yeah, so she's like, oh my god, Clark, you shouldn't have. Turns around, it's like our other least favorite person. It's Oliver Queen. He pops in, and I thought this was the funniest thing. That's why I texted you. I was like, Taylor, I just need to know your exact facial expression in the first like 15 seconds because I just started laughing when I saw him pop. I was like, God damn it. Chloe is so disappointed. She saw Oliver, was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm disgusted. So apparently
I
Clark is actually doing Justice League missions because he's not here to give the gift. Why? He's with Bart, aka Impulse. They're dealing with a
I
crisis in Keystone. Yeah, Oliver's here to give a gift to Chloe. And so I was like, come on, let's see what you got. Like, open the gift. And so opens the gift. And what do we have here? Chloe immediately smiles because it's a copy of the book Tales of the Weird and Unexplained. Do you know the fun fact about this, Taylor? Do you? Do you?
Yeah, that's the book that Clark stole from the library in order to give to her.
Yep.
Hey, like I said, that was a very adorable scene between them where I didn't think that it would be a canon type of event that they would do a type of flashback like that. But yes, I specifically remember that book. I'm so glad Clark gave her a gift. I actually put down in the notes, nobody should be giving her anything. Nobody should be. And here's the other thing that I just can't wait for. And if everyone forgives her, I will really be done. If people find out that Davis is Doomsday, then that means Chloe, you're a piece of shit. So if that does happen and people are still friends with her and say, okay, Chloe, you were right, or no, you know what? Mistakes happen. If any of that is said, I'm going to lose it. I am so upset with this character. By the way, I just want to say sorry about these rants that are going to be happening all episode.
It's
Okay,
going to happen
continue.
all episode. I
Yeah,
feel you.
all
I feel
episode.
Because I'm about
Yes.
to start one. Why isn't Clark at her party? This is her birthday, right? I mean, it's a big deal. It's her birthday.
Yeah. You want to know why?
Because she
I think he's the
sucks.
only
She's a best
friend.
friend.
Yeah. I think he is the only friend that's kind of on the fence. Like, because I also think maybe it's because is this really Chloe? Is this something that's still like happening with her? Is like, I feel like Clark can always question that maybe she's changed personalities again. So he may be a little bit more cautious coming up with something to do. Because when they did mention Bart and that he was off running with him, I was like, really? It seems like that he would not do
You
that.
know, as you're talking, like, I'm thinking about, I mean, even how she was when she was getting married, right? Like, hey, this is going to be, like, it's going to be, like, our last moments, really. Like, yeah, we're friends, but I'll be married, and things will
Yeah,
change. So I think it's also, yeah, she's married now as the best friend, so he has to stay out of the business because, I mean, he can't really choose a side here or even meddle in.
but I also want to ask you this because this is going to be a spoiler when it comes to a deleted scene that will happen with us. I do. So, do you think this party was pre-planned or did it have happen after the breakup? And my other question to you is, are how long has it been? Like what how long has it been since they broke up to now?
I would say it's because it's a week basis at this point.
Wait, so you're
Because
still going with the week basis with Smallville? You're still going with the real timeline versus the show timeline?
well, so last episode we did right was that confirmed to be in January. So, uh,
I wanted to know because the reason why I asked the time period between this and if she decided to plan a party after, then that would mean that her and Jimmy ended it. She cried, hospital. cried at the apartment, and then said, I'm going to now throw a birthday bash?
Yeah. See, and the thing is, like, you could maybe blame Lois, but she plans things last minute. So maybe it's Lois's. Well,
No way.
actually,
What happens with Lois in this scene kind of makes it seem like she didn't plan it and she just showed up.
then who the fuck is throwing this party?
Exactly. Chloe planned the party.
Well, I'll
Which
try to
would
give her the benefit of the doubt here, dude. I'll say it was pre-planned. Wait, no.
Cool.
Deleted scene. No,
I
I
was
can't do
gonna
that.
say
No.
the deleted
I
scene
can't do
actually
it because
proves.
no, we're going deleted scenes this season have so far been canon. Okay, so we're gonna say that one was canon. Yeah, and you'll see why we changed our mind. Okay,
But even if that deleted scene is not canon, Joseph, it confirms the time
yeah,
in which it
does.
was planned. So in the end, she's disgusting.
Oliver's like, what do you say we get you out of your head and into the party, huh? Fuck that present because Clark's not here, dude. Okay, so whatever. Cool story. You weird
Oliver
nerd.
really looked at that book and was like, it looks like crap.
He's like nerd. Ugh.
Dude, what do you
Nerd alert!
expect? What do you expect on a reporter's salary? Am I right?
Is that a used book?
First edition, at least.
It's not even hardcover?
It's a library copy.
Yeah, it's like a stickers all over it. Pages bitten and like fucking torn out. So yeah, we go back into the club, the party, and Chloe immediately sees Lois just look, case in point, Oliver, like, that was supposed to be my fucking life, man. And she's looking at Lois, her cousin. And by the way, Lois looks damn good right now. Holy shit. Like, I don't know what it is, dude, but I would
It's the
attack her
darker
right
hair.
now.
That's what
Yeah.
you're into. With her changing that hair
I think it's
color,
also the dress too. I like the top. I like the gown, the blouse. You know?
well, yeah. I mean, she always dresses to impress. I'm completely with you when it comes to Lois and this whole episode. I just, I feel like she's supposed to be just insanely good looking at this point because Chloe is the one that's jealous of her and envies her. It's just my other thing too is just I can't remember who got Lois into reporting. Can I just
Her cousin, Chloe.
Okay, so now you're jealous because you decided to choose a career path where you thought you were better than everybody being able to mentor media freaks, but now it's blowing up in your face. So now you're, oh, well, I want to go back to what I was doing. I can't believe Lois is so popular now. She's only been doing this for 10 years. I did it for so long in high school.
She had an internship, dude. She was a rookie. Then,
Then
you
she
know
was
what?
fired by Lex, and then she said, "I give up."
You know
That's
what?
exactly
kind of a good
what
thing
happened.
I got fired. Am I right?
I argued that the old Chloe would never allow this, and you wouldn't stop just because you were fired. You'd open up your other paper or something. I said that exactly. So the fact that she didn't do that, she then poo-pooed it, and now she's coming back here going, "Oh my God, I can't believe she has it all."
And to also explain Lois why she looks so good, I think she also just finally is coming into her own as a reporter and like a grown woman. Because when she even entered the ring, she didn't look this good. But I feel like as over time, she realized, okay, we gotta step it up. I'm in my career now. Gotta look good.
She's a career woman.
She's a career woman, bro. Like her
Yeah.
daddy taught her.
God. See, and that's what
The
men
general.
want. That's what men want out there. Okay, ladies, so if you're listening, just know one thing. Men want to be taken care of, okay?
We just want to be held, you know? Just want to be held, coddled. Maybe some
I'll be a
titties in her
pool
mouth.
boy. It's okay, but
You're like the ugliest pool boy ever. Like that's like the
what?
No, I'm saying like that's what you are.
How
Like say
dare
there's.
you? I'll shave my chest.
Why would you do that? You gotta grow more, dude. What do you mean?
No, I gotta look younger.
Yeah, you want like the 16 pool boy,
Yes.
or maybe just got into college.
Yeah, horned up.
Yeah, dude, he's ready to explore. You know.
Yeah, joke's on you. I'm still horny.
Joke's on you. I didn't hit puberty yet. But yeah, so Chloe's jealous. All in all, it's disgusting. Not a good look. Where is this coming from? Whatever. And she even does. I love how she said, "And look at me, I'm just a shrink from meteor kids who are probably let's admit it. They're probably become psycho killers. They're all lost causes." So she doesn't even believe in any of these kids that she's
This
even
is what I
trying
mean.
to
So she wasn't even believing in what she was doing, but wasn't she arguing with people in the past that she was making a difference?
Dude, and Chloe even says it too.
That was plot lines that they used that she was making a difference and she was believing these meteor freaks and that somebody was killing them and she was going to protect them. Now, God, these freaks, Oliver, I hate them.
All I'm saying is that I think Legion had it right according to history. We don't know about Chloe Sullivan. She wasn't anywhere near attached to ISIS.
Joseph, that's why we don't know about Chloe Sullivan. She doesn't even know herself.
Dude, what a fucking pathetic loser. Am I right?
Dude, I'm throwing up.
I love how she even says it, though. While Lois and Clark are walking the beat with matching press passes together. Look at this shit.
Hey, who got Clark into reporting?
Oh, did I mention, like, I got to hold on to Happily Ever After for, like, maybe 3 seconds before?
Hey, Chloe, quick question. Did you cheat on him? Follow-up question. Did you hit him in the head with the lead pipe?
Another question, which was the original question. Didn't you get Clark into reporting? Clark used to make fun of you. And then you got him into it. And then Lois used to make fun of y'all. And then y'all got her into it. And so now, what do you expect?
They didn't stop. And also, at this point, so many people have had to have quit the Daily Planet with how many accidents, people being held hostage. Things have happened inside the Daily Planet. Lex firing everybody. So Clark and Lois still being able to work there. I bet it's able to move up the ladder much quicker. Also, my other question to you, Joseph, she only wanted Daily Planet then? I thought Chloe was really a person that wouldn't care and go anywhere. Isn't that what Lois Lane did? She started at the bottom. Now she's here.
Yeah, and I hate how she even goes like, I'm sorry, Oliver. I don't mean to be a bitch. Just some talking. Sorry. But how does she do it? I just don't get it. It's like, Chloe, you did these exact same things. Sure, you didn't look as hot, but hey, you had the same thing going.
You gave up.
Yeah, and Oliver's over here like, can you stop bitching, please? Bitching, really. Like, you're just complaining with no solution here. You're not going to be Lois. Give up. Loser.
No. Oliver is more like, yeah, I hate my ex. She like Clark now? God, I hate her.
Yeah. So, honestly, did you think they were going to hook up here?
Yes, I actually did. I thought
that's why I even texted you, and I
flirting.
was like, I need to know your facial expression because I already immediately got vibes like, oh god, Oliver's gonna swoop in when she's like down.
I really thought the same thing, but the problem was nothing happened that I think is inappropriate.
No, really, but you could still see it like they would set it up that way,
It'd be great if Oliver was like, so I heard you dumped a poor guy.
I've done that.
Like,
girls.
Further cementing him as villain, because right now, Joseph, we got ourselves a fight. We got ourselves a battle.
Dude, it's quite the fight here.
It's gonna be a good one. I can't
wait for all the examples that we lay out.
Oh, I want the audience, the ones that are listening, that are going to be submitting these things to us. I need an argument for the person you pick as your villain of the year. I need an argument, but it better be between these two, because if anybody pulls a damn surprise, you're gonna have to top this crap.
Yeah, I don't know who. No one else has been even nearly as bad. And we don't count those 5 episodes, okay? 4 episodes.
Somebody
3,
comes
whatever.
in saying, Gabe the Critter, let me tell you why.
Shit, I'm sold already, man. Like, we always come back to Gabe, full circle with that guy always.
That's the opening line, Joseph. Okay, you win.
I'm in. I don't know what I put, but I know Gabe won. I know he won. But yeah. So yeah, Lois comes around with a cupcake and says something actually so funny. I feel like I would say this. All right, happy birthday. 1 year closer to the sweet release of death. Here you go. I was like, all right, goddamn, Lois, what the fuck? All right, thanks for the cupcake. Also, that's a huge cupcake. Did you see the size
Yeah.
of that thing?
Is that supposed to be her cake? Were people supposed to be singing to her at this point? Or was it just Lois really gave her a cupcake for her birthday? Thanks, but it's kind of a crappy gift. I was already getting cake.
Yeah, that's like the Mondo burger of cupcakes right there. Like Mondo cupcake. Um, so Lois talks about like, yeah, sorry, can't stick around like too long. The planet is flying me to Mexico. Primary first class, no big deal.
Yeah, but it doesn't even sound fun. She said it's a workers' revolt.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, so there's like a lot of Mexicans revolting, and it's getting kind of crazy. I'm not really that excited. Mexico.
But she is because she loves her job and she wouldn't quit.
And she's about to totally flash those titties to some Mexicans, dude.
God, and Oliver's just staring. You know, Oliver just like died on the inside when he saw her in that dress.
Oh, absolutely, dude. But it looks like he wants to attack his cousin, am I right?
That's it, Lois. I'm gonna do your cousin.
You look
Great.
too good. I gotta bang your cousin.
Happy birthday to me.
So Lois leaves, puts the tiara on Chloe, but then as Lois walks out, oh god, we see the fishnets.
Push nuts.
Oh god, we see the high leather black heels. Oh, we see. What do you call it? Is this like a tuxedo for women? Is that what it's called? Like, what is the tuxedo for women?
I don't know. Is that like a thing? It's just say magician's outfit with fishnets, top hat included, and her holding one of the trays out in front of her that says, I think it just says Zatanna, mistress of magic. Interesting. So she does birthday parties. I'm already confused. So my other question to you, Joseph, who hired her? Or did she randomly show up? Or
Build me a balloon animal right now, ma'am. I want a balloon animal.
why are you yelling? Give me a damn bicycle.
Do it now, clown! He's
All
like,
right, I'm gonna make you a bicycle, but I don't want to make you a bicycle.
I love his reaction. He's like, why are you yelling at me? Like, why are you doing that? Like, where are your parents? I love his reaction, dude. He even looks at his friends that are all waiting. He's like, are y'all gonna get this little kid or
By
something?
the way, that seemed like it was just an improvised scene for sure, where he didn't know what kid was gonna come out.
Maybe he
and
was
then-
looking at the crew and he's like, why are you yelling at me?
Is it real?
All right, so what I found here, if you want, I know you like the little Devil Wears Prada. All right, I know you like the facts, the little facts. here.
Yes, you are my Devil Wears
A
Prada. so
woman's
this fit.
tuxedo suit was created in 1966.
Called
by
a
East-
wuxedo.
No, sorry, I'm just saying it's a woman's tuxedo suit was created in 1966 by Yves Saint Laurent. It was called Les Smoking.
Ah, so that's
but
what the
it's-
ladies who would hand out smokes would wear.
I guess. Oh, maybe.
I feel like because that's what
That's
also
it
then
literally looks exactly like what Zatanna's wearing.
Joseph.
but-
That goes full circle. Then that's why they did it this way with her holding that, right? She's supposed to be like the cigarette girls that first introduced the tuxedo.
Less smoking alteration here because it
Dude.
doesn't have the fishnets. I will say what I'm looking at does not have the fishnets.
Yeah, but that's.
But I think that's going to be only because it's Zatanna.
Exactly correct.
Okay. Yeah.
What a history lesson, guys.
Dude, fashion show. Welcome to
Yeah.
Smallville Fashion Week. Yeah.
Let's go back to the douchebags.
Zatanna's here. She sees and eyes. Oh, who's that over there? Okay, cool. You still need to find out who hired her. We're gonna come up with that answer as we progress with the episode.
That could also be the poll.
That's a good one. That's a good one. We could just put random options like Oliver, Chloe.
Clark.
Yeah. He was like, oh, I won't be able to make the party, guys. Well, Clark, you gotta help us do something. It's like, magician lady.
Clark loves magic.
Dude. I thought about that when I was watching the episode. I was like, I think Clark would be very stoked and sad that he missed out on this magician party.
I was gonna say he wouldn't leave her alone. Lois would think that he's into her, but it's only because no,
So
seriously,
wait,
I need
how'd
to
you
learn.
do that? Like, how'd you do that?
I need to learn it.
Or he's the kid in Wedding Crashers yelling at her to make him a bicycle, a balloon bicycle.
What I'm trying to think. What is it? Show me a card trick. I'm trying to think of like what the card trick would be. Like, show me world's greatest card trick. That's actually the name of one.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, so
Show
Oliver
me the
goes.
3 card Monty.
So Oliver's talking to Chloe. He's like, okay, sorry, yeah, let me go get you some. And then Zatanna runs into Oliver. He's like, oh, there's a man that looks like he needs a little magic up in his life. Oh, you know what? No. Actually, I don't want to steal the thunder from the birthday girl. Sorry, he says the hocus pocus because we're witchy. We're witchy. So yeah, how about a little something special for the someone who truly deserves it, huh? And so Zatanna looks like she's maybe disappointed that
Hold on.
Oliver rejected the offer and left.
Because I've now had to watch this multiple times in order for me to really grasp the character. Okay, now I like this scene even more. Her target is Oliver. Oliver leaves, so she's disappointed. But Zatanna is how you can tell a great person because she just met Chloe and she knows it's her birthday. She's then going to give her a wish.
Mm-hmm.
That is a nice little thing that they're showing. It once again proves that Zatanna is not bad. Let's hold that thought.
Let's hold the thought. But yeah, she goes, okay. Because Oliver left, I assume, to go do hero stuff. This fucking weird cupcake. So, rough birthday, huh? It's like, yeah. So, it's pretty much like the same thing in Apocalypse Now. Have you seen that?
It's not the same thing.
Okay, maybe not. But
There were like dead bodies everywhere in that movie.
she goes, you know what? Well, how about this, Chloe? Let's make sure tomorrow's a better day. Make a wish. And she goes, looks at the cupcake. Zatanna's eyes glow blue as Chloe makes her wish. And we see Chloe glance at Lois. And then she makes the wish. By the way, Lois is on the phone and smiling and laughing very cutely. So, question to you, Taylor. Who is Lois talking to on the phone?
We find out later on, so I don't even have to say it.
We'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that will continue. Joseph, however, I like the question. So here's also my other thing to you. Obviously, when she blew out the candle, she said, I wish my life can be fixed. I wish that I could be with my husband again. She wished for something along those lines because Chloe Sullivan,
right? Yeah, she's a good wife. You know, she
she's
wants
a
her
great
husband back.
wife.
Yeah.
She wants to be able to fix things. She wants her relationship back to what it should be. So this is going to be her wish here.
Right. So we get back to the Talon apartment. We're going to sleep. Chloe looks like she's fucking tossed, bro. Like she's smashed, drunk as hell. Immediately goes to bed.
She just got done wishing for Jimmy back. Go on.
Right. And so she wakes up, puts on her bunny slippers, goes to the mirror. Oh, and we see that it's not Chloe in her dress from the night before. It is Lois we're looking at. But it's Chloe. So Chloe wished to be Lois. We have a Freaky Friday.
It's not, though, and I wish it would have been. That would have been a good episode. I would have been fine with that. Instead,
Yeah, honestly, I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
And then when you find out it's not, I was like, oh, interesting.
that makes it kind of silly. So, because the reason why it does make it silly, I'm not even blaming Zatanna. It's more like Chloe really didn't wish for her to have a career again. She didn't wish for Jimmy and her to be back. She didn't wish to go back to an old life. She didn't wish for her parents, maybe. She
don't want Gabe.
She wished to be Lois.
That's right, dude. She
I
was really
wish I
jealous
was
of her life.
Lois.
She was really jealous of her life, dude. Because that should have been her. Am I right? That should have been Chloe. Yeah.
She never cared about Jimmy.
Yeah, so we hate
So
Jimmy.
Brainiac loved Jimmy?
No. Because Brainiac did not treat Jimmy well. I'll tell you that right now.
All right, Joseph, who treated him better?
Clark, maybe. Kara, actually.
At
Kara
this
treated him
point,
the best.
the felony was worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
the lightest thing that
I would
has
say
happened.
the Kents, yeah, they're pretty nice to Jimmy.
Clark sure started out pretty rough, but it got over. It got over those bumps.
Even Lois hates the guy. Um, so yeah, we're finally done with the intro. Sorry, y'all. The intro is done finally. Okay, we go to the intro because it's revealed that Chloe is Lois. By the way, fun fact: Chloe's last birthday episode was planned by Lois, and it was in season 4, Spell. They threw the barn house party for Chloe, and then remember they all got casted that spell to basically party and blackout.
Yeah, and it's like the most famous dance scene.
Clark was
ever.
supposed to meet a college recruit.
Yes, and he decided to tell that man to screw up because he was dancing on the stairs and he was being sandwiched, and it was a lot of meat.
Lots of meat, dude.
Okay, so here's the other thing, Joseph, that I wanted to mention about your Freaky Friday thing. Because this scene, we immediately find out as it's coming up that Freaky Friday does not exist here. She wished to be Lois. Lois is still there, but Lois is in Mexico.
That's right.
My other thing is on how we could easily do this. What if it did become Freaky Friday? Chloe was in fact in Mexico. Lois being inside Chloe's body, I feel like Lois would be like, this happens. And she would then somehow get Chloe a job again because the Mexico revolt, she writes a great story, but under the name Chloe Sullivan. And then it turns out when Chloe and Lois switch back, guess who's hired back on? So she's able to once again be that reporter, and you could easily just throw that in there. And me as the audience would have to buy it. The fact that it's not Freaky Friday, I do find weird. I just find it weird, like with them being like two Loises here.
It was convenient that Lois had to be in Mexico, dude.
Other question. So Chloe is related to Lois, so she would know how Lois dresses, correct?
No, Taylor, we don't know how our own cousin dresses, okay?
She's acting like a boy trying on these dresses for the first time in outfits.
Does Lois have a penis? Does Lois have a penis? Yeah, dude. Okay, wait. I just realized, sorry, there's 4 deleted scenes.
Yeah, I knew that there was 4.
Okay, well, I figured you did at that point because I told you to watch them, but there's 2 I didn't watch, so I gotta watch those. So yeah, Chloe's acting like Lois has a penis, like she's never had titties before, and like on her chest or something.
This isn't even perverted. This is really happening. Like, oh, what are these?
And I'm sorry, as Chloe as Lois, like you see the blouse, right, the shirt, and that's something we've seen like Lois wear. Why would you proceed to add the tight-ass little crop top sweater over? I'm confused. Like,
I don't understand the crop top.
Are you scared of showing cleavage or something? Because you know you can button it up, Chloe, right?
But
Does Chloe know there's buttons on the shirt?
But Chloe and Lois both show cleavage.
Yeah, but not as much as Chloe, dude.
But why are we acting like I've never been a girl before? Like, why is that the reaction?
Yeah, so very weird. And she's making a call now to Lois. Obviously, we just discussed she's in Mexico. She's like, "Yeah, I'm good. What's up? Yeah, you don't sound like yourself, Chloe. You sure you're all right? Yeah, okay. As long as nothing's weird. Yeah, bye." So Lois obviously picked up that wasn't Chloe's voice. It was her own, which is you'd think you'd figure that out. But anyways, Lois is in Mexico. I just assume it's Mexico brain, you know.
And again, she even has Lois's voice. I don't know. I was kind of bothered with the 2 Loises. This is what I mean. That
I think you just wanted Freaky Friday like I did, dude. It's okay.
I just wanted Zatanna. And
yeah, can she come back?
I have this side arc crap going on here that I have to then watch.
All right, so do we want to go over then our first two deleted scenes? So I'm just gonna put on the second one. The first one is very brief. So yeah, because this second one it's a while. They cut out like almost 2 whole 3 minutes from the episode with this one scene. So one scene is Chloe takes a picture of herself, and it obviously shows that she is in fact Lois. Like everyone can see this. Second scene is Chloe as Lois. Oh, it keeps calling her Chlois, so we're gonna call her Chlois. Chlois is now going to the Ace of Clubs where she last saw Zatanna. She's now freaking out, like, oh shit, what happened here? Okay. So she puts on even another layer of clothing on herself, her person. It's like a tight jacket. It's like, dude, what are we doing?
Harriet the Spy. That's what we're doing. We're going all the way back here.
And this just shows, yes, Chloe cannot dress, I guess. Like
she's the worst person in fashion. She is not our Devil Wears Prada in this.
Never will be. Never was. So, yeah. And so the bartender already knows Lois and is like, hey, give me about 3 hours to ready for lunch. Sorry. You in a rush lane? He's like, no, you're good. I just need I need to know where I can find that Zatanna magician lady or something who's working the crowd. I don't know. I don't know any magicians like that. So, yeah, I'll let her know you're looking for her, though, if I see her after I bang her. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right. Nobody can get her.
So, Chlois sees Jimmy is at the Ace of Clubs. Why is he here?
Because he didn't know about the party.
So this place is not really open yet. And so Jimmy's like the only guy in here for some reason. But anyways, he's like cleaning up himself, and Chlois literally goes and just hugs Jimmy. Like that's not a weird thing to do. And Jimmy looks like he's on drugs. It's only been a week, man. Well, maybe it's a couple weeks. I don't know.
I actually just think he looks like he hasn't slept because when we saw him on drugs, he had a smile on his face. Jimmy in the scene does not have a smile on his face. Instead, I feel like he's wondering what happened, or maybe just by chance she's passed out here. Either way, my point to you that we find out with this deleted scene is he wasn't invited.
Because apparently he needed space. That's what Chloe told Lois, at least.
You don't invite your husband and you throw a birthday bash and you then say, well, you said we were on a break. And the thing that's crazy, and that's what I hate about this, it's still trying to make it seem like, oh, Chloe thinks she's right. And Jimmy should have just accepted her hitting him in the head with a lead pipe, as well as just not believing him, when in fact he was already, like he said, having to deal with it with Clark. It's ridiculous that, what? Well, you say you didn't like her anymore, and I'm not going to fight. She doesn't even think about him.
Yeah, man.
She's really in her mind, he's going to come crawling back.
Piece of shit, am I right? Piece of shit, dude.
This is wild. This is somebody with no emotion. This is once again Brainiac. This is wild.
So Chlois decides to ask Jimmy, before you go, stop. How are you? How are things really going? Because I know things have been kind of up and down lately with you. Like, oh, up and down, right. Yeah, so you talking about my wife siding with a serial killer against me. Yeah.
Jimmy actually says this. Yes.
Yeah, he literally says that verbatim. And she's like, she wasn't trying to side? No way. Chloe didn't want things to happen the way they did, you know?
She hit him in the head with a lead pipe.
And then Jimmy's like, yeah, right, Lois. I'm going to leave now. Like, can I leave? I'm going to leave. No, Jimmy.
What is so hard for her to understand?
You should talk to her. You got to talk to her, Jimmy.
About what? Why doesn't she talk to me?
Yeah, and then Jimmy makes a great point.
She shouldn't throw a party.
Jimmy makes a great point. I get your concern, but how many signs do I need to realize that Chloe is the devil? Okay? I should have never taken her number on that cocktail napkin.
You don't mean that. Yeah, I fucking do.
You don't really mean that, do you? Like, he's like, I don't know. I actually don't know if I mean that, really. So, but yeah, it kind of feels that way.
He should have never met her.
And then today is just one of those days that I wish I could be anyone but me.
Oh, yeah?
And that's like the saddest thing Jimmy's probably ever said. Yeah, so Jimmy, I'm sorry, bud. I don't know why they all hate you, but I don't hate you. I don't hate you, Jimmy. Yeah, and then she goes, I know what you mean. Because, she wished to be someone else. And, like, if only Zatanna was here to give Jimmy his wish, Who do you think he would wish to be? Who would Jimmy wish to be?
He would wish to have the girl of his dreams back.
It's not Chloe, clearly.
Oh, okay. My question to you is, if roles were reversed, would Jimmy wish for Chloe and him to be back? Would that actually cross his mind? Versus what we saw with Chloe, it never crossed her mind.
I think his first wish to be that he actually does come from a rich family.
It'd be crazy if he goes, I wish to know everything about Clark.
Oh, God. And there's, like, stuff he finds out that Clark doesn't even know? Damn.
Yeah, like he's gay.
He's like, Clark, I found a lot about Krypton. And how you fuck Pete. A lot.
Correction.
But also, Clark, who's Pete?
Correction, he fucked you.
Yeah, you let a human do that to you?
I heard you're a good power bottom.
So yes, deleted scene is done, and we technically consider it canon, because that is canon. It makes perfect sense. Also, I get why they cut it out, because that was the only scene Jimmy would have in the episode, technically. So, yeah. Jimmy is no more. He's not even in this episode. He's just mentioned. That's all. And he wasn't invited to the party, so that's probably maybe why they took that out. Because they were just beating Jimmy down, dude. The writers don't care.
So then that completely confirms, though, that the party was made after this whole breakup happened.
Because he makes the comment like, oh, I guess my invite got lost in the mail.
So she didn't even think about inviting him because, once again, they were on that break. So my thing is, I'm still confused about planning a party.
Like, why do that? If anything, go to a party. 11/11, dude, make a wish.
I wish I was someone else.
I wish I was Dad.
I wish I was you, Joseph.
I wish I was you, Taylor.
No, you don't.
JK, I don't. I take that back.
Again, by the way, that has nothing to do with anything except it would be Joseph, single, no kids.
Yeah. So Taylor would be living his ultimate dream in fantasy right now.
It's so bad. So my ultimate dream in fantasy, if that did happen, you know what I would be doing? Sitting on a couch, peace and quiet, not having anybody around me, just playing a video game that I never played.
And you could just maybe you just got to see your family maybe just like once during that week, dude. Then you're good. Like. You won't have in-laws bugging you,
I'm Chloe. I don't even think of them.
Yeah, you just get on. You're like, you see the controller, you're like, looking at it, turn on the game, and you're just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, by the way, I'm not doing anything else. I'm truly only doing that.
Dude, that would be crazy. What a time that would be.
And then if you swapped and then you had waking up at 3 a.m. of having to then go
I would think I was in some nightmare.
Megan then yells at you, get the fuck up.
I'm like, what is happening? Like, what are you talking about, idiot? Anyways, okay, so.
By the way, that's why it would be funny and a nightmare altogether.
Seriously, it would. So yeah, deleted scenes canon, and we're done. And so we go to after what would be after, which is Chlois.
You know what makes it even worse? She doesn't even really think of him after that part.
She's like, well,
She just saw him in pain. And
She
she's
she
like,
hit him she hit him with the Kanye shrug at the end, dude.
and the reason why is because the next scene would actually make her seem even worse with how then she interacts with Clark here.
Oh, dude.
They would
Yeah.
make her like, okay, so it's canon. She's a horrible person. All right, she
She,
may be leading the race here for
oh,
villain.
dude, she's like, you know how they have that carnival game? They got the horse races, and you're just squirting the water on that little target. Yeah, Chloe's been going. She was off course a little bit, but she's picked up in like the ninth inning.
And Oliver right now, he's still in the running, but he's not hitting the bullseye.
Yeah,
See?
see, he's on the
Yeah.
outside, dude. He's not
So
hitting the full
yeah,
bullseye. And you
exactly.
think he would? He's Green Arrow, dude.
But she's full blown bullseye.
And
Like
she's
it's like,
she's Brainiac, but like
yeah,
more evil.
she's like bursting it open.
Chlois arrives to the Daily Planet. It's time to go to work. God, that'd be crazy. I
What's
would
with
hate.
her outfit?
Dude, I'm telling you, this is the outfit she was wearing in the deleted
What's
scene.
the jacket?
Exactly. Like, you thought the sweater was enough, dude, but then you just threw it really off with the fucking jacket. And then we got some dork coming up to Lois. I guess it's Lois's assistant.
Oh my god, can I suck your toes?
Dude, is this just not hilarious? Because I feel like no one should be allowed to do this at the Daily Planet, right? Like, does Lois really have someone? Is she just bullying someone into being her assistant right now?
No, I actually just believe that Lois is that popular. Tess can't fire her because
She did get a promotion. Never mind. She got a promotion.
and all
that's
she
right.
does use is her stories. Lois would be the big man on campus at this point, so her having that needy of assistant, that makes sense.
Dude, amazing. He says,
And
your
I bet
dry cleaning and your morning coffee, Miss Lane. Here you go.
I bet she could have had her own office, but she chose not to because that means she would have given up her desk.
And she knew it was empty. She needed Clark there.
Yeah. Can I have Clark as my assistant?
Or she got the promotion after they started working together. That makes sense. Yeah. She wanted to
Yeah.
stay. It's like, I don't need an
Yeah.
office. Why would I do that? No, I would be by myself.
Dude, I would see, but now is it because no, I feel like Tess trusts Lois to actually write news, which is why her probably being away doing things with Oliver, being Tess. That's where I feel Lois would kind of be she'd be in charge.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So in charge.
Mm,
So,
get the battle.
Chlois takes her clothes and her coffee. Also, Lois has like a half-eaten sandwich on her desk. That cracked me up when she's looking at her stuff.
It was
But yeah,
Clark's.
and then we see we see Lois. She has a picture with like, what is this, Zoolander? She has the Prime Minister of Malaysia right there. Who is that?
I thought it was the what am I
Relax, go do it.
thinking? No. What's the lamb? I'm trying to think.
Lamb.
No. It's gonna drive me crazy, man. I need to stop drinking before these things. The Dalai Lama. That's who it is.
It's the Dalai Lama.
Yes, that's who she has a photo with. That's who I thought that this was. I'm pretty sure I'm right here. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But I think I got this.
Oh, dude, yeah, it doesn't say anything about Dalai Lama, but I
Dang.
guess just look up Dalai Lama. Oh, dude, that is him.
Yeah.
Yep, that's him. Dalai Lama.
Looks like we're not idiots today. Shout out.
Shit, dude. Apparently, this is the first episode to feature a body switch since Transference. Man.
Yeah. This episode's the same.
Yeah, because it was two people, right? Not
Dude,
just one.
prison fight scene will always go down in the history. Okay, you're never gonna
Dude.
be able to top that.
Prison fight scene, bro. When Lionel was like at his peak evil, dude. Like, man,
Wait,
you remember
it was
those days?
Yeah, it was before Topeka.
Man, yeah, that wasn't evil. That was just.
By the way, that
nice.
was such a good episode.
Transference is an Emmy, bro. Or Emmy award winning, bro.
Man, I can't wait to do our list here. Transference is definitely up there because I remember it specifically. It's so enjoyable. The end gets a little bit slow and weird, but as far as the rest of the episode's so enjoyable.
So yeah, Chlois is here getting adjusted to her work life because yeah, she has to be Lois right now. Throws away the sandwich that was on the desk, and immediately looks up Zatanna in Metropolis on the search finder, and immediately finds results. So we get a picture. She's like, "Okay, found it, easy." And now Clark enters the room. Lois? The fuck? Aren't you supposed to be in Mexico? All right.
Hanging out with those Mexicans.
Is this? I mean, this is the same Clark. I wanted to kind of make a voice for how he is with Lois only. Like when it's only Lois. Like I feel like he would talk a little different when he comes around her.
We both don't have it because it would just be the normal voice. And the only reason why I say that, this is just such a mature Clark. This is,
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Lois, dude,
yeah.
she brings it out, man.
Well,
Like he
has
wants to be a
impress her.
man for her.
Yeah, he
You know what
has
I
to
mean?
impress her. He has to bring it to the table. And that's why, to your point, he talks different.
Yeah, yeah, he does. And
It's
dude,
sexy.
talk about deportations, dude. Clark comes in here. You know what I mean? Shout out America, dude. But yeah, he comes in and is like, you couldn't have gotten deported that quickly, huh, Lois? No, seriously, why are you here? Aren't you in Mexico?
He before that, Joseph, let's not forget, he approaches Lois and says, "Isn't there a limit to how tight a shirt can be
He
and meet dress
immediately
code?"
laughs at her. It laughs like, uh. And dude, he's looking straight at her tits. You know that,
And what's
right?
crazy is this is why I also hate the episode. Chloe is Lois right now. What did Chloe tell Clark in the Lana saga when it first started out and she was actually a good friend?
She said, "Don't do the love triangle thing.
What did she
Don't
say
break
about?
Lois's heart."
Okay, so that would then insinuate what to you, Joseph? That Chloe knows that there is some flirting going on and that they do have a thing between each other. So then when Clark makes this joke, Lois says, or sorry, Chlois says, "Really? You two? What, what do you mean?
As in,
You
like, what?
you're shocked that he's making comments and checking you out?"
Yeah. Well, I think it's more so um, that it's confirming that yeah, he sees Lois and not Chloe.
Oh, that's what you're getting out of it? I mean, well, I don't mind what you're thinking, though, is that it's still Lois thinking that, or Chloe thinking that because Clark can do X-ray, that maybe he's able to see. So with her saying, "Really, even you," I would buy that. Yeah, I think I may give it to you. I was probably reading it more into the love thing, but don't worry, I have
Yeah,
another
because
moment that proves I'm right.
no, I feel you. I feel you completely, really, and yeah, because his reaction too is that she was hoping since he is Kryptonian that it would not be working for his eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So she was
But
like,
she
"Damn
does
it,
know that
even
he's
you."
susceptible to magic.
Yeah. Well, maybe she forgot. Magic's not really a frequent thing around here.
Recon again. Okay, got it.
We don't talk about Isabella, dude. Don't talk about the Teagues.
It's
Don't talk about
crazy.
them, dude. Okay. Remember, Veritas. It's
Veritas.
all Veritas.
We should
So,
just hold up the V.
so she goes, "I never made it to Mexico, Clark." It's like, okay, Lois, are you already acting weird? Can this wait until after your post-lunch, pre-dinner, after coffee snack break? Yeah, see, this is why I'm already loving it because they are around each other way too much. This
No, no,
man
no.
just
Joseph. No, 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 no. I need you to keep going another line or two
Yeah,
here.
you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry. I
So
just wanted
then,
to
yes.
emphasize that because it already started that way. It's like, and so, yeah, he goes, "Can't imagine you'd have anything more to say after last night, Lois. Like, why are we talking? Like, last night?" It's like, "Yeah, you called me 5 times when I was at the airport, from the airport, one from the airplane. You had time to
So
answer 6 phone calls and you couldn't call Chloe on her birthday." All right, so we're going to pause there.
was it all in the airport, or was she calling him straight from the party and she was still laughing and giggling with Clark over the phone?
Yeah, dude, I love them so much because she's around him way too much where like she has to talk to him every day.
Yeah, I mean, 5 times a day seems very excessive. The other thing that's very weird is usually, from what I remember, Clark didn't answer his phone for anybody.
No, he did not.
I'm very confused because if he was on a mission too with Bart and he was saving lives or doing something, he would put them to voicemail. He's busy right now. He's focused on saving the world. Instead, did he lie?
Yeah. And was she leaving voicemails or were they talking?
No, they were talking. I
Yeah, you
assume that
called
it
me
was
5 times from the airport. 5 times. So that means he answered each time and he proceeded to keep talking to her?
yeah, because Chloe then gets mad right here.
She does say you had time to answer 6 calls from Lois,
Yes.
but not even call Chloe on her birthday.
And Clark does not say I did not answer. Instead, it confirms that Clark answered every single one of those calls.
Dude, he's so in love with her. Oh, man. Dude, I would have stopped after like 3, dude.
Yeah, if Lana never had that
Unless it's the
kryptonite
love of
thing
my
though,
life,
he
of
would be
course.
with her. He'd be with Lana though, if he could. If she wasn't rogue.
Yeah, dude, to stop. Stop. All right, so Clark, I mean, he's not catching any whiff. This is obviously not Lois. So he's just like, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, if this attitude is because you think I'm taking Jimmy's side on the breakup, you think again, Lane. All right? You think again. I'm not. I believe there are 2 sides to every story.
But I'm 50-50 here, so
I cracked up when I fucking heard him say that shit, dude. It was so funny to me. He's like, no, I believe there are 2 sides to every story. He's becoming like that Boy Scout guy that Superman usually is. Like, this
no,
is.
he's not. This is ridiculous. What is her response, Joseph?
Really? Exactly what 2 sides?
Okay. What?
I'm trying to help Chloe out, dude, okay? But she is obviously the villain here.
This is crazy. What do you mean, Clark? You're my friend. You stick up for me. You say cheating's okay. What are you doing?
Well, look. I mean, it's. I'll admit, like it's a little weird, with the Davis Bloom serial killer thing. I mean, it seems kind of overboard, possibly. But yeah, 2 sides. I mean, it's tough when the person you're trying to build your life with, though, and doesn't believe you.
But I think, and this is kind of the main point here on why Clark says this and why Chloe's being ridiculous. Clark understands why Chloe would lie to Jimmy about him in order to protect his secret. And yeah, that maybe make Clark selfish a little bit, but it goes back to the point of how long she's known Davis.
Yeah, dude. The man, you known him for like what, a couple months?
I grew up with you. I understand lying for me. Why are you lying for him with Jimmy?
Yeah, like that's
You
kind of
fucking him?
sus. Yeah, sus. I don't like it.
And
Like
maybe
maybe
Clark
bang someone else.
And maybe Clark thought that Davis was going to be at the party and that they were going to be all over each other. And Clark was like, I can't see that. I don't like that. I'm not going.
Oh. No, I think he was just tired of Chloe.
Yeah, I think so too.
You're like, your problem is really minuscule to what me and Bart are doing. We're racing.
Yeah, but was
around
he
the
really
world.
with Bart if he's answering all those calls?
Dude, honestly, I bet you at some point. Honestly, if he was with Bart, they probably got the mission done so quick, they just started hanging out. And so when Lois is calling him, Clark obviously wasn't doing anything.
If he was with Bart, he wouldn't be able to answer that phone because Bart doesn't shut up.
No, you just got to go with him to grab some honeys, and then he goes and just talks to the ladies, man. And then Clark is just by himself because he's got a girl. He's got a girl back home.
Lana. She's still alive, so.
Yeah, you think they talk on the phone?
That's what I mean.
All right, so Clark does ask Lois if she's all right because it's obviously not Lois, it's Chloe, and Chloe's making weird faces after everything she's saying. She's like, no, I'm definitely not all right. But then Clark goes, okay, whatever. Oh, this should help. Why is this a reoccurring thing, Taylor? This just happened last episode. Well, this should help. Police standoff, Main and 5th. Grab your jacket.
There's so many standoffs that are happening on Murder Street. It's
Why? Like, dude, is this Murder Street, Main and 5th? Main and 5th?
yeah. Main and Fifth is definitely Murder Street.
All right, Main and 5th.
Because isn't
dude.
this the same type of balcony that the one girl fell off in that where Clark?
Yeah, same area
Dude.
because remember, last time he had the computer alert saying that he had a police standoff, Main and 5th.
This is
And you
Murder
thought
Street.
it was nighttime.
Yeah,
But it was daytime.
Murder Street. Main and 5th and Main.
Hey, Lois, isn't this a time you tell me to saddle up? Like, this is usually the part you say that. Huh. Start your engine, Smallville. So
Jesus Christ, Lois,
yeah,
go back to bed.
yeah, dude. He's like, ugh. All right. Well, you've had better days, I guess. Let's go.
The fuck?
It's like, all right. I guess it's a Monday, you know. Guess it's Monday.
You party too hard.
Yeah. Or wait, no, it's Saturday. They would have a Friday night party. They'd have a Friday night party.
It's
Yeah.
Chloe Monday night.
Oh God. You're right.
You're
It's
gonna show up for me.
a birthday. Yeah, birthday party on Sunday. What's up? Turn up. Miss Monday.
She's been
So
partying all day.
it's just crazy now that we see Luther Corp. Have to see Oliver now. So we go to the Luther Corp
Is
building.
this gonna be a new thing?
I mean, he owns the fucking
No,
place.
no, I know, but
pretty
is this
much.
gonna be a reoccurring place where it's gonna show Luther Corp and then we're gonna see Oliver instead of any Luther?
I'm pretty sure. I don't remember him changing the office name.
I mean, they've already done it one time. It's just funny that they're using that exact scene because, again, if I'm Oliver too, dude, I'm changing that name. Why would Tess
Yeah.
even care about that name too?
Yeah, Tess should be wanting to get rid of any remnants of Luther on
And
anything.
Oliver already has a name for his company that's a name for itself. So it's not like you have to keep a name because you think that it's big for the clients. No, no, no. I already have a name
Yeah,
that everyone knows.
the Queen merger.
Yeah, exactly. Say Luther. It's just gonna be weird whenever Luther Corp, Oliver Queen, Oliver Queen's office.
That's right. That's right. I mean, they did a switch on us with the jumbo jet, so I'm sure they can do this.
This is where he sleeps now.
On the couch where Lex used to sit, dude.
That's sick.
So Oliver's in here in the office. He has his own office, by the way. This is definitely a different one. So he looks at the paper. Search continues in Luther murder.
We're still talking about him though, huh?
Yeah, we're still talking about Lex. And not Lana. Not Lana. Only Lex.
Yeah, but Tess gives the hush hush for Lana.
So Oliver's looking at this shit like what is he? I don't know. Is he feeling sorrow, regret? What is happening? Why is he looking at it like, oh man, I miss my best bud. I miss my bed bud.
I shouldn't have blown that garbage truck up with that
Dude,
monkey.
The trash in the city has been terrible since I did that. But guess who walks in, dude? Zatanna's back. And also, we didn't go over this. This is Serinda Swan. Serinda Swan. What a name. Also Swan. Shout out Swan. Virgil Swan. Fun fact, Taylor. She's one of the only, one of the, little few actresses that has been in both DC and Marvel. She was Medusa in the Trash Inhumans show.
Oh, really? When they shaved her head?
Yeah, that's her, dude.
I never thought something could be so bad. And when I first saw the episode, I couldn't believe my eyes. And the thing is, I love the Inhumans, specifically Medusa and Black Bolt. Probably one of my favorite relationships, just because I love that she speaks for him, and they have such a strong connection that she knows what he wants. I just love their relationship a lot. And then they shaved her head in the first episode, and they didn't really. And then they had him doing sign language, and I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. That goes against their connection.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It's crazy. Sorry, bitch fest.
No, you're good. You're good. But I got two more for you, dude. Percy Jackson, that first movie, she was Aphrodite.
I don't remember that one. I only remember the Disney show.
Percy Jackson, the lightning thief?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
With fucking, what's his name? Oh, but anyways, then she was in Tron. She played one of those, I think, those 3 siren girls, that suit him up.
Oh, I say it's Tron Legacy.
Yeah, yeah.
Fun fact, that was making a nice first date.
Yeah, dude, on shrooms, right?
Yeah, and then we hold on. I wasn't, because I took them the night before. So I wouldn't have been able to do it that night. I gave them to Meg though, and I truly am just envious still of what she was able to see. And everyone hated Tron. Her and I walked out of it going, that was pretty good.
No, that movie's solid. I don't know what everyone's talking about, dude.
Because the first half is good. The second half, they don't do anything. They just stand around.
Dude, honestly, saw that trailer for the new one? Why does he kind of seem scary?
They just better do. No, I haven't seen the trailer for it yet.
Bro, you gotta watch that. But anyways, so yes, Serinda Swan, shout out. all
Okay.
like she seems pretty comic heavy. She's in Reacher too. She's like in a few episodes, quite a bit.
Never watched
Breakout.
Reacher.
Yeah. Graceland. Graceland, 37 episodes.
I love Graceland.
Do you really?
I've never seen it.
I was like, I could maybe see that. I don't
What's
know.
funny? You're like, I'm not shocked.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. So Zatanna's here with Oliver.
On, I get Zatanna. Thank you, Joseph. Keep it
You're
down,
right.
please.
You're right.
Oliver says, now why do
I'll
I
be
get the
Oliver.
feeling...
Can I be Oliver, dude?
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Why do I get the feeling you're not my 10 a.m. for the Steel Union, you know?
Well, what'd you say,
Metal?
sexist? What'd you say? I couldn't hear you over that. She then reaches out her hand. She says, Zatanna, by the way, what she is wearing is not inappropriate. In fact, you wouldn't necessarily assume that unless, of course, you only think men can be a part of the business. Just
Exactly,
remember that
the
he
Steel
said that.
Union. And he makes fun of her name. He even goes, yeah, Zatanna. Yeah. You lose a bet with that name or something?
Ha 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 ha. It's a family thing.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? So if I heard that, I would have been like, oh, my bad.
So, you mind telling me what drives a lovely woman like you to track down an unsuspecting CO at a nightclub and then again at his office? You into me, huh? You want to
Yeah,
do it?
what's up? You want some? Everyone wants a piece.
I need your help. Everyone needs my help.
You don't seem like a charity case, to be honest.
My father left me in a state of Shadowcrest, so I don't need your money. Shut up.
Yeah, that's right.
Shadowcrest, huh? Oliver then realizes, damn, she is rich.
Wait,
And
I
now
know
he
about
looks
that.
down.
All right, yeah. You got money,
Wait.
huh?
John Zatara, the maestro of magic, he was your father? She then looks at him. Yeah, he had a daughter, idiot. Well, I'm sorry. I know it's what it's like to lose a family member. You should get revenge, though.
Yeah, I know exactly what that's like. I killed my guy.
By the way, I was 9. I was 9.
Yeah. And I had Martian Manhunter as a monkey in the forest.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, so, yeah, she talks about losing her father, losing her legacy. But she
And
also
what-
lost a book.
And
That's
she's
big.
wanting him to be able to track down that book in order for her to be able to resurrect her father. That's not what she's going to say, though.
But what a plot.
And by the way, that's why I wanted to see it. What she does say is, when my father died, Mr. Luther acquired that book at auction because
Oh.
he's sick in the head.
Yeah.
So he didn't give it to his daughter. And now Oliver says, well, no offense, Zatanna, but I know you think that you're the greatest magician just like your father, but I can't help you. And why don't you
Can't
just
you
like
just, like, pull some magic, like, out of your ass or something for it? Like, you got a nice ass, by the way.
just let you know, my father refused to teach me much beyond practical parlor tricks. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I really wish I could help, but I can only help with this cock.
Dude, he totally just thinks she's there to bang him still, I think.
Yeah, as she says, I thought I was going to have to use a little incentive with you. See, I have the ability to grant one wish, big or small. Whatever you wish for in that moment, it can be yours.
Yeah, because he can't
This-
actually touch Lex's, like, private stuff, dude. His private collection. So he actually wouldn't be able to.
He looks at her and he says, I wish for that ass.
Yeah, I think she's going to make a mistake here because he's definitely going to wish for, like, his parents back. Like, some dumb shit like that.
No, he's not. You don't know what he wishes for? Because now I know that, and by the way, obviously I have heard of it before, but now it's not silly anymore. Joseph, he wished for Lex back. That's how Lex is alive later on.
Dude, no way.
Now maybe
That's quite a theory, actually.
now maybe Zatanna can't necessarily grant the dead, sure, but from the way that he acts in this scene, I couldn't believe it. What do you mean you wish for Lex to come back? But I do know Lex comes back later, so guess what? That's what I
He
think.
literally just looked at Lex, too. Interesting.
So
He looked at the
now they
newspaper
could
again.
they could always use this as a moment to say, no, we did say that he would come back if they ever decided to bring him back. The thing that doesn't make sense is, why would Oliver ever wish for this?
Dude, because he misses his bud, man. Leave him alone.
Was he
Okay.
Captain Amazing, wishing that he would have a villain again? Is that what's going on?
Casanova Frankenstein.
Casanova Frankenstein. Now there's a villain. Yeah, he had those eyes.
Lazy boy in the recliner. In the
Come on,
recliner.
guys, are you coming?
I will forgive you if you forget.
Next.
Yeah, I'm done. Dude, amazing movie. You know, I might watch that tonight.
The Mystery Man is still solid.
I did buy Titan AE the other day. It was on sale for like $3 on the Xbox. I bought it so
We
quick.
we need to go to Matt's house and just watch it. All right, we just
Dude,
need to have like
Titan
a
AE, bro.
100-inch TV and just do Titan AE.
That'd be beautiful.
I'd be so into that beginning. The
Give me an
soundtrack.
IMAX version, dude.
If they
Maybe Drew
re-release,
Barrymore's Asian chick. Oh my god, dude.
okay, seriously, you want to talk about like, all right, guys, y'all are weird. No. I would have sex with a cartoon character. It would be her. It'd be her
Keita.
and Keita.
Oh,
Dude.
dude. Keita, dude, Mrs. Incredible, you know.
No, she's okay, but I don't know if it's real.
It's so real, dude.
Yeah, she can make it however big she wanted.
True. Bigger.
And Mr. Incredible likes it huge.
Yeah, invincible. He likes it incredible. So we get away from that, get away from Oliver. Zatanna disappears because, yeah, it looks like he got granted a wish, low key.
And it's
But-
Lex, weirdo.
So she said, "I'll grant you a wish if you get the book." So we'll see what's up. Goes ahead. We go to Clark and Lois. Clark is already thinking. Lois is like, you're acting really weird today. I mean, you actually crossed at the crosswalk. You haven't insulted me one time, which is weird. Also, Lois is just talking shit to him all the time. She's probably so mad about him with the date thing, like low key.
Oh, I bet she's so mean to him these
She's
days.
like, yeah. Just
And he
teasing
deserves it.
heavy.
Yeah.
He just takes it because he deserves it. And that's good. At least he knows that.
I'm sorry, but that also makes me mad. You're trying to tell me this guy, in the way he pays so much attention to her, even frames things from her. Really, you wouldn't
Don't
show
talk
up for
about
that?
that yet, dude.
You wouldn't show up for that day? Shut up.
And so, yeah, it's amazing how much more you can see with fresh eyes, you know? Yeah. So, anything else you aren't telling Chloe, Clark? Like, what a question. Why would you ask that?
That's so weird.
And she ends up falling over the curb because I guess she's not used to walking with, like, Lois. And so Clark grabs her, holds her, embraces her like they're about to kiss or something. And even Chlois is here like, yeah, you just never looked at me that way before.
What's crazy is that Clark is asking, "Why are you looking at me like that?" Because they do this so often that he's like, "Whoa, this is different. You're supposed to be like,
Yeah, wait, we've done this before, Lois. What? No big deal.
yeah. Why you act like you're upset? You know you like it."
You like it. Yeah.
Also, this is what Chloe's thinking about.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
She's like, oh, look, hey, crime scene. Yeah, let's go. Hey, shut up. You're slow. Come on.
I love you, not Jimmy.
So the crime that's happening for this police standoff, Main and Fifth, a.k.a. Murder Street. We got some guy speaking Latin on a megaphone on top of his balcony at his apartment. And he lives on top of the thrift store, I guess. And so...
Is this a standoff?
Technically, it is still a standoff. That's what Clark says.
I mean, I was actually asking you, Joseph. I don't think this is a standoff. In fact, I'm wondering, what are y'all doing? He's not threatening to kill himself, right? He's just screaming things.
I don't
So
know,
why
maybe.
doesn't somebody go up to his apartment like, hey,
Tell him to shut up.
stop screaming things?
No, it's too easy, too simple. We need the police.
We're gonna call the SWAT team.
Maybe
and
because they
surround
heard
the
a
block.
they heard a foreign language. You're like, oh my fucking god, foreigners! We gotta get them out of here. Call the police,
on Murder Street. They're probably doing the murders.
dude. They don't want another ISIS member.
Yeah, but she doesn't even care about that, so it doesn't matter.
I love just getting a glimpse into Lois's life as Chloe's going through it, because she then goes up to the officer and he's like, all right, Lane, this squares us up before Friday night's poker game, so stop giving me shit, okay? Here it is. And by the way, I've been working my bluff, all right? My bluff is good. It's way better. Right. Keep up the good work there, tough guy. Yeah.
The officer looks at Clark like she
Totally retarded.
yeah, she hit her head.
Did you fall?
Clark
Yeah,
really
so he even looks at Clark like,
Yeah.
I know I don't talk to you that much, guy, but something's weird over here.
It would have been great if Clark was like, yeah, she's just being weird today.
I don't get it either. Yeah, I don't get
Because
it.
what's weird is though the officer does look at Clark, by the way, and this is what also I enjoyed. The officer looks at Clark as if Clark's always around. Like
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know,
That's what I mean. Like he's like looking at like, is she okay?
yeah, can't. What,
Yeah,
what's
I know I don't talk to you that much, man, but I think I should ask. I'm worried now.
yeah? Lois would be like talking shit to me. Why is she not talking anything to me?
Yeah, so he's like, all right, well, here's the situation, guys. The nut job up there on the fire escape, he owns Yuri's Antiques over on.
He's a foreigner.
Yeah, hate that guy. Yeah, really hate that guy. He's been babbling in Latin all day. Also, who the fuck is speaking Latin?
It's
Hey, I'll see you on Friday, Lane. So I guess
Zatanna.
he plays poker. Lois plays poker with the cops.
Yeah, no. This is fantastic. This is obviously why she gets the first scoop. She is with the guys. And not only that, she's able to get the stories while they probably think they're just playing poker. She's just damn good at it. So no matter what, she's going to win both ways. It's just so Lois. And Clark, by the way, doesn't even hesitate. So it's like so many people come up to her and give her money. And Clark's like, damn, Lois, good night.
And it's like, yeah, good job.
But what he does get weirded out about is that this man is speaking Latin. All of a sudden, Lois says, woman, magic, cursed.
Cursed tongue, book brings death. And look, Clark is already like, since when did you speak Latin? Also,
Zatanna! Zatanna!
why does Chloe know Latin?
I was going to ask you, when did this happen?
Why? How? When? When
Was
did
this
this
a-
happen?
I was going to say, was this a thing that we're not remembering?
Did Latin stay in her brain from Brainiac?
Yeah. Dude, is this Brainiac?
Dude,
Is Brainiac back?
I don't know, man. I
Because
forget.
I really want to know, how does she know Latin? With Clark even being surprised right there, it just seems like, when did she pick it up? Was that like an abroad thing? But she was poor.
Oh, dude, don't get me
Is
started.
that a paper thing? But that wouldn't make sense. She only writes in English.
Dude, I don't get it either, man. I'm telling you, bro. But look, Chlois is like, okay.
Who is Chloe Sullivan? That is the question.
Pulls Clark aside, is like, all right, enough of the fucking games right now, Clark. Okay. I bet it's the same woman, the same witchy woman who did this to me. Look, Clark, I know where she's performing. We need to go over there. Maybe you can super speed over to this antique shop and dust off any leads.
Super speed? Huh. Maybe we could super speed in a car.
Yeah, we didn't even bring a car, though, Lois. Why the fuck did you say that? What? No. Clark, seriously, it's okay. I'm Chloe. You stood her up at formal, Chloe. Okay, does not everyone know that? I feel like everyone knows that.
She just wanted to mention that. You want to play one on me again?
Planning one on you because Zod was ending the world, Chloe? Wouldn't everyone know about that too?
No, nobody knew about that one.
All right, maybe not. Yeah, so Krypton, Jarrell, Fortress, Brainiac, Chloe, like, come on.
Clark goes, okay, I believe you, Dan.
Okay,
Shut
whoa.
up.
All right, just like that dude up there, some magician showed up at my party last night in fishnets and did this to me. But
Okay,
you'd
Jess.
know that if you hadn't skipped it to answer voicemails from Lois.
Question. Hold on, question. Did Zatanna hex her, Or did Zatanna give her an opportunity to wish for something, and Chloe is the one that chose this wish? I
No, I
just feel
really
like
think it
that.
was a wish. It was a wish.
But I don't. Is a wish considered a hex? Is hex just
Well,
considered a
it's a
magic trick?
spell. Like hex is like a
I thought hex
spell.
was bad.
Well, let's get the real definition here. How about that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the only thing. And by the way, you should have done the definition at the beginning of the episode.
Well, too bad.
Okay, got me.
Hex, yes. A noun, a magic spell, a curse.
But it
So,
could also be classified as a magic spell. Okay, so
magic spell.
all right, fine, whatever. I'm wrong.
You are wrong.
But she then wants to bring up once again. But you know, let's skip to the answer voicemails from Lois. Woman, at my birthday party.
Yeah, not that I'm dwelling or anything. Anyways, bye.
Did Oliver not give you the gift?
Wait, but I like my gift was good, right? I thought I opted out of the phone call and I got you a gift. So yeah, we go to
She
the
is more
theater.
worried about Clark not coming to her birthday party than Jimmy. I'm sorry, Joseph. Keep going.
Well, she didn't side with Davis against Clark.
This is
Okay.
crazy. This is honestly crazy. What we bring up that we're concerned with is disgusting.
So we get to the outside of the theater where Zatanna performs, and Clark's like, "So you just woke up like this? Like this is like, how did I not pick up on it sooner?" It's like, look, forget about it. Who cares? I'm just trying to get out of this nightmare. All right. Although it has been awfully illuminating. Okay.
Yo, all I'm trying to say is if I'm Clark, two Loises.
He's like, all right. So you know my secret. What if we just run to Mexico real quick?
Who says a man can't have it all?
Jackpot, baby. Look, look, Chloe. I'm sorry about the things I said earlier. All right, about Jimmy. No, no, no. I get it. You're an equal opportunity good guy. I get it. It's just I'm not used to seeing you from this perspective. By the way, tales of the weird and unexplained. That's a good callback. Nice one.
Shut up about that loser, Clark. Let's talk about the gift. How sweet.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty good. Yeah, I thought it might bring you back to a time where things weren't so crazy. You sound like you miss it, Clark.
What is she
Uh,
doing?
I don't know. It's just there's a whole half of my life where this happens. Like it's just normal. Like I don't every day. Like every day there's something's happening. Weird's become so normal it's not even weird anymore. Honestly, I like being a reporter. I like being at the planet. I love Lois. She's my wife, I think. I'm pretty sure. Like I
If
just love
only I
it
could
there.
touch Lana. If only I could touch her all over.
But I'm not gonna lie. I do kind of wish sometimes I'd forget about saving the world and just be a normal reporter. And then as he
Hasn't
does
he
that,
already
he
tried
opens the
this?
door to the theater.
Doesn't he try to not be a hero, but then we got over that and now we're trying to be a hero? So him then saying, "Oh, I wish I could do that." I just no, Clark. You're not going to be normal. I thought we grew up. But even I will give him this though. Chloe's the one that planted it in its head. She's
Yeah.
the one that's like setting
She was like, "Wow,
breadcrumbs right
you
now.
sound like you miss it. I miss my old life
Yeah.
too.
Oh
I
yeah.
miss my
You
old
want to be
life too."
normal? Say it.
Yeah, do it. Please pause on the picture of Zatanna and her dad.
Okay. Hold on. That's a
Because
weird thing.
let me tell you, it looks nothing like her.
That's a younger version.
Dude, that was like maybe like 4 years ago. You're no way like you could be like looking that
Joseph,
crazy.
maybe she did magic to her face.
Well, that's weird.
Why?
So she was a no-go.
Yeah, of
So
course.
she pulled dang it, what's her name, man? In The Witcher. Yennefer. There we go.
Yeah, Jennifer. By the way, hump or not, I would have been in there.
No, Taylor. No hump, please. The What are you talking about?
What do you mean no hump? You want the hump?
Oh, no, no, no. I want no hump, okay? So yeah, we go to Zatanna's office. Yeah, we're back with that. God, she's so hot, dude. Man, she's so hot, dude.
Hey, okay. Okay. I'm not gonna go too crazy hot. I will say okay. It's just once again, I'm biased with the character on what I have at vision. I just always want that person to be in this role. So anybody else, it doesn't matter what who the actress is. It doesn't matter. Really, if it's not Vanessa Hudgens, I'll be like, okay.
Look, dude, all I know is that Clark and Lois come in here to shave Zatanna's head. They're gonna shave her head.
They're weird in this scene.
He's like, "Yep, what's up, Zatanna? How you
Yeah,
doing?"
she's like, look what you fucking did to me. You were the birthday girl. You made that wish, and I didn't do that to you. You did that to yourself. All of a sudden, Clark then steps up. Hey, you need to reverse the curse that you put on Chloe. Raises his fist.
Yeah, I don't want to hit a woman, but I'll do it.
This is what even Zatanna though even says back. Curse? Question mark. So the only thing is, I wish you wouldn't say it so serious because now it's like, well, are you bad? But what she does reply, is that what you think happened?
Yeah.
You kind of got things backwards. I granted you a wish. Why don't you ask her what she wished for? Why on earth would I want to be this?
Yeah, why would I want to be this slutty?
Beats me. I don't write the magic, honey. I just use them. Damn, she just reversed that, Chloe. She made you look stupid. She called you a loser to your face because you're the one that wanted to be Lois, not get back with your husband, but to be Lois.
Yeah. And I love it. She even admits it too in front of Clark's like, look, okay, at the moment, sure, I was kind of envious of Lois living the Daily Planet life with Clark, who is my best friend. And it's like, but I didn't literally want her life. Like, that's weird. Kinda.
Oh no. You just made me realize that, by the way, this may be a long episode. So,
Oh, it's for sure. Long episode.
Joseph, did she also want to become Lois so that she could get Clark?
She wanted that affection. She wanted that attention again, dude.
She wanted once again Clark, and that is why us questioning. So if she does remember that Lois and Clark did have a flirty thing and not to have a third wheel thing in the Lana saga, that would mean that she also thought about being with Clark as the reporter, then being the dynamic duo. Even though what's crazy is that she could have had this with Jimmy, but she chose not to.
That's
And
right.
and now um I want Clark.
It's because Jimmy hit her with the triangle with Kara really early on, so she was like, God, I hate you so much. I'm just gonna go to Clark. He was so much better.
I wish Carl would come back at this point. I need Carl to come back and actually remember their love, not the one that we have now.
I love Amnesia, Kara. She's the best.
When it's 12 times, it's
Totally retarded.
Carl.
But yeah, so Zatanna says it's gonna wear off, but I mean, until you have to not want this anymore for it to go away.
That's what I love is that, well, don't worry. As soon as you don't want it, it'll vanish. And then Chlois walks over to Zatanna. Fine. I don't want this. Zatanna looks at her. You really don't understand, do you?
God, the way she smiles and looks at her, I'm like, damn, girl, you look beautiful, man.
Zatanna looks at her, chuckles, says, you keep telling yourself that, loser. Walks away. Clark then says, hey, you better do it. Raise both of his fists. Now we're getting serious. But he does bring up the guy on the balcony saying, oh, yeah? How can you hurt that guy? What'd you do? I don't know why anybody would want this as well, but Zatanna replies, maybe he wanted a better understanding of dead languages. I wanted an heirloom from my fathers. We helped each other out. Fair trade. So did he want that, or did Zatanna curse him on that guy if he did have an heirloom that she wanted? What Clark does reply with is, I can't tell if you're telling the truth. Well, what about that heirloom? Now Zatanna then walks. But what did Yuri mean when he said that book you were after would bring death? Zatanna replies, some people can be a little superstitious, you know? Oh, yeah? What does that make you? Zatanna turns around. You think I use people? I give people what they want. Look, everybody has something they're hoping for. By the way, when she says that, Chlois then looks,
Nah.
Look for
I wonder
something.
what your little wish would be.
Something they wish they could change. Zatanna looks at Clark. Even you.
And you hear that like magical twinkle sound from the beginning of the episode. And
And
then
her eyes turn blue.
and then Chlois distracts Clark like, "Hey, we need to go. Let's get out of here." And then she disappears. Zatanna disappears.
Wrote in the notes, if he wished to be normal again, I'm going to lose it. But he didn't. He didn't. Technically, he didn't.
No, he wished literally like what he said. He wishes that he didn't have to worry about saving the world anymore.
Yeah, so his motto now is screw everyone. I'm the reporter, Clark
Yeah,
Kent.
it's like I'm just the reporter, Clark Kent. Yeah. Why would I save the world? I can't do stuff like that.
So he only saves the world because he has powers.
I mean, yeah. He doesn't care. If he didn't have power, he's like, all right, yeah.
All right, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I can't do anything. What do you expect me to do? I can't solve world hunger or anything.
That would be amazing. Oh, well, that's done. Time to be a farmer.
All right. I guess I'm going to go just farm weed. I don't know.
Spoiler, he ends up doing that anyways.
With a family, dude. Could calm down.
It's not the same. No. I'm not going to calm down about that.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. But anyways, she's like, "Are you okay? You look weird, Clark." No, yeah.
Clark
I'm
looks
fine.
really weird.
Yeah, he does. He gives like a weird look. I don't know if he's like drunk or something now. But
Close
she's
and
like,
looks
"Wait,
at
no,
him.
something has to be different because she definitely did something to you." He's like, what's up? I look good, right?"
Okay. Chlois and Clark then leave. They don't ask any more questions. But what Chlois does say to Clark as they're walking out, I never should have brought you along. Magic affect you just like us. I'm so glad I put that wish in your head. Now we're the same. Now we both have to fix it together.
Jesus Christ. He's like, "Are you sure you're all right?" "Yes, Lois, stop fucking asking me, please." And also, what do you mean by the rest of us?
Wait.
It's just. Wait. What did you just call me? What did you just say? Holy shit. Yeah. Clark
A
just
mugging
called her
starts
Lois.
happening. A guy is beating a woman in the middle of the street. And now you see Chlois looking at Clark. Are you going to do something? Clark steps forward, says, You're absolutely right, Lois.
Dude, this is the funniest scene in the
He then
whole
pulls out his
episode.
phone and he says, I got a story for you, Tess.
No, it's even funnier because it's the dumbest and corniest thing you could do. He opens his phone and just immediately says 911. Like, you didn't dial anything, Clark.
But that's what I don't like about it. Man, that would turn him into like such a square if he then didn't have anything, and that's what his first step is.
It's amazing. It's so good. Also, fun fact, Tom Welling was supposed to direct this episode, but he
Yeah,
ended up,
didn't he become sick?
he got sick. He couldn't do it.
I looked up fun facts too.
I hate this guy, guys. I fucking hate my co-host, man. I give him one rule, dude. It's like one of like 3 sacred rules.
By the way, this one didn't even say anything. Don't even. And you know why though?
Yeah. And what if it did, Taylor? What if it did say something?
The only thing I was trying to see if it's spoiled is because I still think I'm right. Is Oliver's wish.
You wanted to be right so bad.
I'm not even kidding. I'm so right on that.
So deleted scene number 3 as we get to Clark calling 911. It's an extended scene of that part where the guy who mugs the lady runs down the street and Chlois decides to run after him and manages to take him down in the nearby alleyway on some top of some trash. And Clark goes over there and is just like, "Whoa, Lois. Hey, that was something of you. That was awesome. But maybe you shouldn't do that because you could get yourself hurt." And then Chlois just looks at him like, "Clark is gone, man."
Dude, they're
Deleted scene
really
number 3 done.
they're really trying to sell you on Chloe. Like this episode is going way over the top if that would have been left in. Sure, if you want to call it Canon Joseph, I'm completely fine with it. But that's going way over. See, look, Jimmy's still on drugs, but she's saving people. What are we talking? We're trying to continuously overshadow. And also, since when did Chloe do this?
Never.
Never in a million years. Lois,
Maybe she just want to be like Lois because that's what Lois does.
no, Lois would be like tracking the person. She would definitely follow him. But I think she would then somehow find the underground, I guess you could say, market of theft, where then she would be writing a story and then turning everybody in at the same time. Lois would be finding something bigger and better, but also getting that purse back. Chloe, look at her. Look at her go. Look at Chloe. She's such a hero. This is disgusting.
Dude, stop. Let's go
I'm
back to the
so
Daily Planet,
upset
okay? Let's go
about
back to the
what they're
Daily Planet.
trying to make her.
Dude,
This
let's go
is
back to the
not.
Daily Planet.
I can't believe I had to read. Chloe has such development. What? I'm so.
Dude, it's so good. Especially with our last deleted scene later on. So, we're back at the Daily Planet. It's like, how gullible do you think I am, Lois? No, I'm Chloe, idiot. Right. At first, I had trouble telling you two apart as well. Honestly,
Okay.
Lois
Pause.
is the tall one.
Pause. What? I had
What do you
trouble
mean?
telling y'all apart.
He has sarcasm. That was sarcasm.
Are you sure? I didn't think this Clark had any sarcasm.
No, he had sarcasm for sure.
He stepped forward and called 911. Are we sure?
Yeah, dude, he's a Boy Scout, man. But he can have some sarcasm. Plus,
Close.
look. Remember, this is the banter between him and Lois, dude. Come on.
Okay, you know what? I'm still gonna, I'm gonna believe what I want to believe.
Whatever,
Lois
dude.
now says, "You acknowledge I was Chloe before our run-in with Zatanna. She bibbity bobbity booed you too." Lois, there's no such thing as bibbity bobbity booed.
Also, how dare Clark even say that? This is normal Clark, bro. He should be loving magic right now.
I completely agree. That's what I mean. This person is a robot that he's playing now. Clark would have really asked, "Oh yeah, what magic does she do?
Yeah, wait.
Is it mentalism? I don't
Does
like
she
mentalism."
actually do magic, Lois? Because I might go back.
Let's just say he opened a door, bounced a ball, and appeared at another door and caught the ball.
Damn, dude. That's on Prime right now.
That movie's so good.
Yeah. So yeah, look, Clark, you literally you made a wish you could just forget the whole alien hero thing for once and you just were a regular mundane reporter living a normal life. Like that's what
That's
you
a
wish
big
for.
wish that he would be thinking of. I wish that I was living a normal life as a regular reporter where I
I don't have to worry
was.
about saving the world because I don't have powers.
Think about what he's thinking of.
Yeah, Zatanna was probably like, "Fuck, man, this wish is crazy. My head hurts." She disappeared so quick. She's like, "Ah, god damn."
Gotta go take a break.
Yeah. Yeah, look. If something seems too weird to be true, Lois, it usually is. She's like, "What?" It's rule number 4. And my god, the first of 2 adorable scenes right now, bro. Clark literally pulls out. No shame, too. This is what's crazy. He's normal Clark, who clearly still has feelings for Lois. This man has no shame in pulling that out, and it's like, yeah, it's rule number 4 here.
Come on. Like, you never let me forget what these things are. Look at him. And then Chlois looks at it. You framed this? What the fuck?
Dude, this is amazing. Rule number 1, always know your source. Rule number 2, always make a good first impression and don't screw it up with the boss. And rule number 3, do whatever it takes to get the story. Rule number 4, if something seems too weird to be true, it usually is. Lois's rules of reporting. We have 3 more. We'll get the 3 more later. But also, last time we saw this, which was probably when it was first written down, Plastique. Clark just got there and started working with Lois.
And that is when she wrote those rules down. So we're going back to their first day together. And he is the one that had it framed. What's crazy is he could have just had it in his desk, but the fact that he had it framed
Well, I
is
think he
why
wrote it down.
That's his handwriting?
Yeah, I think he wrote him.
There's no way that's
Because
his
I think she
handwriting.
even told him in Plastique, like, yeah, write it down. I'm telling you, like
No,
that's what makes it more sweet is because he wrote them down
no,
and he
because
framed it
isn't the other three? Because we see other rules correct, and isn't one of
later
them
on.
misspelled?
Oh, dude, you're
Yeah,
right.
I think I got you.
Uh-oh. You might have got me, dude. Well, fuck Taylor, dude. He just ruined my moment. But anyways, but yeah. Chloe is distracted by the fact that, oh, he actually framed it. Look, you said you wanted to only live just one of your double lives, okay? And whether you meant it or not, the spell thought you did. So you are now doing that. It's like, okay, Lois, what is this other life? What are you talking about? I don't know. Okay, come with me. What did you think she was going to do here? She takes him to the rooftop.
I thought she was gonna do something weird like save me,
Push him
or
off.
my other question to you, Joseph, wouldn't he accidentally do things if he
Yeah, I
did
feel
have
like
his
if he
power
was
still?
like hitting buttons or like opening doors, they'd just be flying off.
Instead, no. And that's why I thought that he wished to be normal. I said, not again. Chloe taking him to the roof is essentially, okay, you are a superhuman from another planet. Listen, I'm gonna go to the HR, Lois. I'm gonna go. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. And all of a sudden, Chlois turns around, locks the door behind them. Clark then becomes terrified. Did you just lock us up here? I'm cold.
Yeah, and apparently they're not allowed up here. So that's a rule we need to keep in
And
mind.
And this is why it also gets weird because now, guess what, everyone? He does have powers. All of a sudden, Chloe says, come on, why don't you just open it? Clark then reaches, grabs the handle just comes off. Chloe says, see, look at that. Clark says, no, this is just an rusty old
Dude, this is
door.
bad maintenance, man.
Anybody could do this. By the way, I'm going to report this. And now, Chloe, listen, really listen. What do you hear? All of a sudden, Clark does his super hearing and he hears a car honking, a drill, a siren. Sounds like Murder Street.
Yeah, here's like people getting stabbed, shot at.
By the way, Oliver heard that when he was doing Lois in Rage, and
Oh,
he
dude,
went
yeah.
down there.
Yeah, he heard that all right.
What did you hear, Clark? You know what I heard? This room has awesome acoustics. They're incredible. It's like there's some perfect echo point right here. All of a sudden,
This is
Chloe.
like surround sound.
This is how you know it's Chloe. What's her thing? What is her weapon? A lead pipe. She picks up a lead pipe on the roof and then tries to take a swing at Clark. Clark, just so shocked by how great the hearing is up here, then moves out of the way just at the nick of time. Doesn't even realize he did it. With Chloe now moved out of the way, Clark. What the fuck did you just try to do, Lois? That really
Yeah.
could have hurt.
And he's like, oh my god, get the fuck away from me. What is your deal? No,
No,
Clark, it's not gonna hurt you. You've got super speed, super strength, super hearing, x-ray vision. No, I have a deadline, Lois. Now, please, if you excuse me, I need to find a way to get off this roof. Unless my superpowers include an ability to fly.
oh God.
And there we go. They threw it in your face again, Taylor.
It'd be cool if she said, "Yeah, you can," and then all of a sudden he was able to fly.
Yeah.
Would have been cool.
Yeah, let's go to Loot the Corp now. And that means Oliver Queen.
Luther, Oliver. We are in the warehouse, so he's
It's
robbing
like
himself.
it's like Loot the Corp's warehouse. Yep, he's
Robbing
robbing
him-
himself. No, sorry,
And
this is the private collection. This is the private collection.
of Luther Corp. So Luther Corp still owns a private building where nobody is alive. So who gets that? Tess. He could have access to that at any point.
Oliver's here. He gasses the security guys.
Yeah, but he wants to go in.
Yeah, he wants to go in. Gasses the security guys like, sorry guys. I guess you'll just have to experience a nice Christmas bonus, huh? His deep fucking Green
Dude,
Arrow
what is with
voice.
this guy?
Yeah, man, I miss when he was on steroids, dude.
That was a better Oliver.
Yeah, honestly, he just wanted to actually save the world. But yeah, he's over here. He has a paper running around, is trying to find where I guess obviously this book is because he wants his one wish to wish his best buddy back.
You know, it would have been cool if it was Isabel's diary.
Oh God,
Or
AIDS
would have
blood
been,
makes a return.
yeah, it would have been cool if it was the same book. That would at least have some tie-in. Sure, I guess it didn't wasn't a destroy. Either way, it was magic, guys. It could come back. But I thought that would have been cool. Instead, entirely different book.
Yeah, different book. Oliver gets it. He's like, sweet, thanks, Lex. Now we go to a random alleyway. This is like a homeless dude. This might be an extension of Murder Street. I'm not sure. I don't know. But he's waiting over here by
It's
the
an alley in Murder Street.
yeah, classic barrel empty oil drum with the fire inside. And
Why are
all
these here?
this is where Oliver used to get his fucking steroids and crack and shit, his meth.
By the way, you know what's crazy is that back in the day, you used to talk about how much steam was in the alley behind the Talon,
Dude, it's
and
everywhere.
now we see fire barrels everywhere because we're on Murder
Well, no,
Street.
we see steam too. We still see steam.
So
But
we have
yeah.
to add something else.
Yeah,
Fire.
oil drums. Fire. So Zatanna shows up and goes, "Bravo. You found my book and pulled it off in style." Sorry, I stole Zatanna from you. Go ahead.
Uh, he says, "Yeah, way to go, Oliver Queen. I don't know what you're talking about.
I
just
wish
really
I could say I had the pleasure. Okay. Right.
He then takes off his hood. Yeah, okay, all right, you got me,
Yeah, okay.
Zatanna. Now, give me my book, and I'll give you your wish." All of a sudden, Oliver says, "You know what? I don't want to. I'm going to keep it for myself. Now, I'm going to ask for sex in return, too." There's some really dark stuff in here, Zatanna. You don't get
Yeah.
it. The sick irony of my ability is that I can grant so many wishes, everyone's but mine. So she can't bring back from the dead. So that he did wish for Lex. So with this, he tells her, "No, please don't." She then has teary eyes. "It's the only way I can bring my father back." Now we're finally getting into the real Zatanna. Now we're finally see some emotion. Oliver then is about to throw it in the oil fire, but he is then questioning her, saying, "I'm sorry." Now here's the thing on why I still say he got his wish. He still got her the book out of the warehouse.
Yeah,
And
but I don't think that was like a binding contract type of deal, you know?
I thought it was something that she kind of put on him, a hex, where if she was able to get the book from him, then the wish would come true.
She
And
did say offer expires at midnight.
dude, he wished for Lex.
Man. So, yeah, he tries to throw it in the fire. Zatanna pulls it back. Then Oliver tried to stop her. But guess what? Zatanna stopped him, threw chains around him, and basically put him up against the electrical pole right behind where he could probably just... You know what? That's like the jumper with the British dude.
Yeah. You know what I hate?
David put him in the electrical.
Nobody should have this power but God.
Yeah. Look at my white hair. Yeah.
Yeah. Cisco.
So, yeah.
I could have dropped you with the sharks.
Think about that.
By the way, I will say, he was a bad actor in that movie.
Yeah, he had a hot streak of bad acting. Yeah.
I enjoy Hayden, but he was a bad actor in that. It's just, man, it's such a personal favorite.
Oh, Jumper's so good, dude. Jumper's so good. But yeah, Oliver's like, you can't just bring someone back and change fate, Zatanna.
I'm sorry. I've waited too long for this. And Zatanna turns around. She could have insulted him, which is how you know she's a good person. She should have, but instead, she turns around. She says, "I'm coming, father." So this whole thing.
I'm getting shocked over here.
This
Zatanna
really
leaves him.
hurts.
Zatanna leaves him. So yeah, that's done. Oliver might die on that pole. We go to Chlois and Clark. We're gonna go visit the guy who is shouting Latin on top of the street.
And we find out that this Clark is racist.
He comes in, fixes his suit. He's like, "Ahem. Do you speak English?" And he's like, yeah, who are you? You mind telling me who you are?
I
Oh,
will give Chloe this because Clark really doesn't say much after Chloe then has to explain. I'm sorry about my friend over here.
look at the face he keeps making at him, dude. Like he's a suspect, bro. Like he's like, ugh.
Ugh.
Dude, that's normal Clark, bro. That's the Jonathan Clark that raised him, the
I know
human
you're
side.
not from here, foreigner.
Yeah. No one speaks like that around these parts. But yeah. So we need to discuss we think you were some under some type of spell? Yeah, no, she did. She's the idiot, not me. Just FYI. She
I
thinks
like I like how the guy looks at Clark like he's the idiot.
yeah, like anyways, yeah, I know. Oh, you know. No, I know. I know. We know Zatanna gave you a wish in exchange for some information on a book. I should have never told her how to find that book. I'm afraid she's too blinded by her grief to
Why
see the
would you tell
danger
her?
that she's in. I don't
I
know
feel like he's a
because
bad guy.
yeah, I don't know. He wanted to speak Latin. I don't know.
She is
Okay,
a
so like hypothetically, if we were to say this woman does do magic, what sort of danger are we talking about? Because I don't like danger. Like that's bad. Clark is talking,
anyways.
by the way. This is Clark.
I just want to make sure that the rules are, Joseph, if I understand this correctly, is that in order to bring back your father, you must sacrifice a life. And it's just like what they said on Man on Fire. A life for a life. A
Or
dead girl does nothing for me.
like my boy
I
Red Skull said, a soul for a soul.
okay. So in order to bring her back, to bring back her father, somebody else must die. Is he okay?
Yeah, the guy's like, I feel like he should be in this bed.
Maybe they'll take him.
Yeah, you mind? You need to check yourself in, bud.
Next scene. That's how the
Yeah,
scene ends.
next scene, yeah. A life for a life, a soul for a soul, man, for real. Yeah, that dude's a villain for sure.
And this is what I do like, though, at the same time, which is why I kind of wish the whole episode was really just her, where now we're seeing that no matter what, it's to be able to bring back her father. She doesn't know about the sacrifice, which is the only thing I'm kind of confused. So I feel like the guy, that old man that's in the bed, is a bad person. It has to be somebody that's close to her, it, or maybe even herself. I don't know. I just feel like that guy said he told her about the book. There's no way he forgot this part.
Yeah, the man just wanted to speak some freaky ass tongues, bro.
But Zatanna, she is on the rooftop. I believe it's the same rooftop that Chloe and Clark were on.
Same rooftop that Lana absorbed all that kryptonite into her
Daily
skin
Planet.
suit.
This rooftop should probably have cameras or a security officer.
We don't do
Just
that. We don't do that.
okay. Zatanna now is reading the spellbook. As life is lived from back to back, let death be turned back to front. Doggy style, perhaps. She grants me my wish. Resurrect John Zatara. She says Zatara. I think it's Zatara. I like Zatara more. I don't care if I'm wrong. It just sounds
Well, I
better.
think it's
But
kind of varied, hasn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
You're probably wrong.
I always am wrong, which is why I don't want to give a for sure answer, but I'll say I'm right. With that, the big, bright golden light in the sky, her hair being blown back, obviously it means something is happening. Is her father actually coming back? But instead, we cut to the next scene where it's Chlois and Clark just walking around here. We need to find Zatanna before she tries to give dear old dad one final encore. God, you're just so funny, Chloe. Thunder rumbles. Looks like I found her. Thanks, Clark. They then go and run to the Daily Planet. They see the yellow clouds. Clark, you think you can now wake up and start using your powers? I know what you're going to say, but I don't have any powers. No, Clark, there are no buts with you. No buts, no cuts, no peanut butter cups. That is the rules. No exception to the rule. Now, Super Leap up there and stop her. Clark looks. What? Look,
What are you
I
even
don't know.
saying to me,
I'm so
Lois?
lost.
I don't even know what you're talking about. You're talking a little crazy.
If you won't believe in yourself, let me believe in your cock.
Come on. This will motivate you. And she just grabs it, just gropes him.
I hate her so much. She should be thinking about her marriage.
Dude, so this is how she makes peace with herself, right? And her life. This is what she says. She says, Clark, you don't know. Yeah. I'm going to believe in you, whatever. Get up there. Deep inside. You don't just want to be a normal guy. You want to be a cool guy. You know? Sitting behind a desk, reporting on disasters, while you could be out there stopping them. I know you, dude. Now jump up there.
I
Use
really, I
the
really was
power you
like,
feel.
she's gonna kiss him, and I'm really gonna lose it.
The world needs you. And then boom. If only she planted one on him, dude. That would have been perfect. But he literally believes her. Because you know why? Because he loves Lois. And anything Lois says, he's going to take it to heart. So
That's
he's
not
like,
true. That Clark is different, dude. I'm not like whatever that Clark was. That was a different Clark.
so Clark turns around because there's glowing light. And we see that.
Open your eyes.
And we see that Lois turned back to Chloe because Chloe's been, yeah. So he's like, wait, Chloe, wait, that's impossible? Ha! Only in your mind, Clark. Sometimes you just need a little leap of faith. What the fuck is happening to Chloe, dude?
Up, and away, silly goose.
Now, come on, Clark. You can do this. Up, and away.
So he truly believes in Chloe, right?
He jumps up there. He jumps up to the planet. And obviously his stupid wish goes away. He's back to normal. We got normal Clark, aka Kal-El. Zatanna, you need to stop this spell.
Daddy? No, don't move. I need to bring my father back.
At what cost?
Are you willing to sacrifice your life for him? It's what he did for me. Yeah, hell yeah. Clark, well, I wasn't expecting that.
Good comeback.
He wasn't meant to die. I owe him this. I know the rules. Oh, looks like everybody was wrong. Zatanna's not sacrificing anybody. She's sacrificing herself. I have to make this right. Clark still looks
father.
confused.
Yeah, he's like, stop. Let me think about this for a sec. Hold on.
You're
Okay.
a good person?
Your father would want you to give up the life he gave you to bring him back? Yeah, I don't know a thing about your father, but from what I've seen with his daughter, I think he wouldn't want that. Yeah, a good dad wouldn't, yeah.
What would you know about losing the one man who made you who you are?
Are you
Clark
fucking
says-
kidding? Are you fucking kidding me?
I lost 3 of my fathers.
Yeah, I lost 3 dads before the age of 21. Okay.
The day I lost the second one, my favorite, I thought that my world would never be the same. Zatanna then is completely heartbroken. It felt like something had ripped me away from me forever, but I had to let him go because then I got a new dad.
Yeah, I always had a replacement dad to back me up. Chloe ends up back, and she runs right into the fucking death portal.
Good.
And as soon as she runs out, she's like, "Oh my god! Wait! No! Please help me! No, Clark!
I shouldn't have come up here.
Oh my god! What the fuck is happening?" Jimmy's somewhere out there because his wish got granted.
All of Jimmy's wishes should be granted at this point, which is forget about Chloe. Have Kara back.
Zatanna's like, "No! It's supposed to be me!" Clark's like, "But we do get to choose how we live the life that we've been given, Zatanna. Look, you always got a choice."
Let's let her go.
Yeah, don't mind her. She sucks. Look, I'm finally the man that my father would want me to be. Who does your father want you to be? Not this magician whore.
And now Zatanna looks at the light, and she sees a shadow of her father. She says, "Close the door with her inside."
I'm sorry, Papa. Another time. I gotta save this stupid blonde girl.
Yeah, by the way, if she knew what Chloe did, she would not have saved her. She's getting rid
Yeah.
of a bad person.
Yeah, she
Clark
says close the door.
Clark looks at Zatanna. Zatanna has saved Chloe. Zatanna has lost being able to obtain her father ever again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
For
pretty sad, I
Chloe.
guess. Pretty
For
sad, I
Chloe.
guess.
For Chloe.
Chloe, for Chloe, for Chloe. So yeah, we're done there. Rooftop battle is done, man. So yeah,
Not very intense.
not
Not
really
not
intense. The
the
fights usually
best
go quick
fight.
around here.
Best fight was her and Oliver in this episode. Right?
Honestly, honestly. Um, we got Chloe next morning, waking up in her
Dude,
body.
she's so happy with the world.
Oh my god, I look so good, man. Man, fuck Jimmy, am I right?
Dude, he doesn't even exist in her mind.
Clark comes in and it's like, peace offering for missing your birthday party. It's just coffee and fucking donuts, dude. Is that the peace offering?
What is he supposed to get?
I mean, he got her a gift. Did it, like, what? Why does he need to make a peace offering?
Because it's Chloe. We worship her.
Jesus Christ. All right, casualties of being a hero, am I right, Clark? Yeah, not everyone could have punched through Zatanna, whammy, and saved the day. Yeah, yeah. Well, I couldn't have done it without you, Chloe. Thank you for reminding me who I really am.
If
Yeah,
you,
I guess
but
rebooting
you
your
wouldn't be in
superhero
this,
OS rekindled
but
the
you,
Chloe fire.
but you wouldn't be in the situation, Clark, if I didn't bring you to her.
Yeah, yeah. Clark doesn't realize that this was all Chloe's fault.
It was everything.
Looks like hero support isn't just a day job anymore.
Jesus Christ.
Shout out hero support, sky high.
Somebody commented on YouTube a while ago. Hold on. I gotta see who it is because it's so funny that you
Oh, it's
just said that.
bagels. Brought bagels.
By the way, Josephine B. Bevis 314, whatever your name. Shout out. Somebody commented a week ago on one of the videos. Joseph, I think you think about Sky High much more than the average person. And you just fucking said it. That is amazing. I just remember.
That guy has the same name as me?
Bro,
Fuck.
Josephine got you so good.
Damn, man.
That's a burn.
That's a burn, dude. I gotta just sit there and take it. That was good. Maybe I do, man. But maybe no one's not referencing it enough.
Maybe no one's bringing it up enough.
Yeah. Maybe I'm not the issue here, man. I'm advocating for Sky High, dude. I want a sequel. We all want a sequel. If a sequel came out, are you fucking kidding me? People would go nuts.
I mean, maybe make it darker though.
Well, yeah, you definitely gotta make it PG-13.
Theater movie like High School Musical 3
Yeah, make it like Chronicle.
of Narnia.
No, Chronicle, like when the three kids get powers.
Oh, that movie? No.
All right, but yeah. So,
It's a video camera movie, just like Chronicle, when it looks like handmade.
Chloe does ask, though. Chloe does ask, how'd it feel? It did feel like a weight was lifted, honestly. Yeah, must have been hard to harness that up again. He's like, to be honest, I mean, that life seemed kind of empty. No responsibility. I just wake up and write shit. That's stupid.
Normal? You humans, weak.
Yeah. You're not the only one who saw the world through irony-colored glasses. Chloe's like, why'd you wait so long to tell me what was going on? She didn't. It's only been like a week. Let's face it, Clark, my life has been a little less than desirable lately. I mean, with Jimmy and everything, it's like, I can't deny there's an appeal to the dynamic duo's weekly adventures.
You have done nothing to try to fix you and Jimmy. You can always get Jimmy back if you go and apologize.
Wait, no. I like this. I kind of like this combo because he does say, actually, things between me and Lois have been kind of like not terribly smooth, so don't be too jealous. You haven't missed much because it's referencing the little rift since they did not go on that date. And so, Chloe does say, I know you don't want to open up a can of Kryptonian worms by telling her your secret. I get it. But whether you like it or not, Lois Lane is a part of your life now. And considering the nonstop puppy dog eyes you give her, I'm guessing you don't mind much at all if you had to tell her. I love it.
Clark then I'm glad I let you have that because Clark then looks at her shocked and says, "Why would I get relationship advice from you?"
Because, yes, she does say, Clark, just because you burned it once doesn't mean that you can't give it a second chance. And then Clark is like so secretly furious that he decides to take a breath and look at Chloe dead in the eyes and say,
He's
are
so
we still
mad.
talking about me? Or are we talking about you and Jimmy, you fucking bitch? Like, dude, Chloe just sits there and takes it. It's like, touche. All right. I guess we just gotta stop living in the past, huh? Clark looks at her one more time and is like, God, you made me so mad with that shit just now.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
so.
about neither of us being able to. You can never be who you want to be if you're always looking over your shoulder at what could have been.
Cheers
So,
to that, man. Cheers to that.
so fuck Jimmy.
Dude, I don't get it. Let's go to.
She's a horrible person. Why?
Wait, 3 for 3, dude. Let's go 3 for 3. Luther Corp. Oliver Queen.
Oliver Queen's office. Zatanna is there. What's this? You finally ready to give it to me?
Oliver's actually so mad at her because it's pretty bad. I love his reason too. He's like, what is this? You gonna kick my ass again? It was so much fun the first time. I fucking loved it. I came to apologize. I'm sorry. I just bound by steel. That's what you said to me, right? Backwards? Bound by steel? Yeah, I had plenty of time to fucking think about that while I was tied up for 12 hours. That
By
was
the
like
way,
Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
I don't feel bad.
Well, yeah, he deserved a little time out for sure.
Yeah, he definitely did. You know what? Here's the thought, Zatanna. Don't do it again. Okay?
Yeah.
Yo- Zatanna then
Yeah, I
walks
didn't know
away.
if I was going to die, from all the electrocution, or if someone was going to see my face because I didn't have my mask on. Sorry,
I
if
know
I
you're
didn't have my sunglasses on.
I know you're such a pussy.
Yeah, that's what she said. Look, I can't make it up to you and your friends, but I like to try to make sure it doesn't happen again, okay? I'm on your side, all right? No, shut up, fuck off. Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Come back, baby. Come back. I just wanted to see that ass for a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes I just want to watch it walk.
I know how difficult the sacrifices you made have been. Especially considering all the bullshit you just put me through the last 24 hours.
And Oliver pounds his chest and says, I respect that.
Yo, that's some real shit you did there, man. Your father would
They
have been fucking proud, yo.
Zatanna looks at him. Just know that there are far more dangerous people out there in the world than me. All right? You guys, you're small town.
Mm-hmm.
People with much greater control of the genuinely nasty magics than I do. I do dirty magic. So if you ever run into my kind of mischief again, call me. And
Gives
wherever
you
I am this time, I'm still a bad girl.
mm-hmm.
So I guess this means we're gonna bang. Thinking about taking a little bit of time off. So I'm gonna do some light reading away from you. If I'm ever gonna do my father proud, it's to stay away from boys like you. I've got a lot of
God.
catching up to do.
He's like, so what is this exactly? Some kind of magic spell to summon you or something? Like naked? Like I just hold it up, say your name a couple times, and poof,
Hand me a nude.
titties appear. Like what's up? But then
Is
Zatanna flirts back, man. I thought they weren't actually trying to bang, but then she
why?
does
She said to
this and she
contact
goes,
me if things are getting like haywire
no,
again.
but she
If
just says
there
after
is
him,
like a villain or something, is what I got out of it. And then he's like, "How do I contact you?"
it's my phone number, and then winks at him.
Because she thinks he's stupid. Zatanna doesn't want him. Okay,
Whatever.
she
She
doesn't want him at
disappears
all.
after leaving a nice pile of her juices on the carpet, dude, because she was so hot for Oliver just now.
No, she wasn't. She does. Oh, she does like blondes. God.
All right, look, I'm gonna talk about the last deleted scene here, brother. Okay, it's time.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's time. So, last, fourth, and final deleted scene. This is a weird hairstyle we never got from Lois, I think. And then we also have Chloe coming here to the Talon, and she is meeting up with Lois. She gets her coffee. Lois brings back a sombrero for her and plants it on her head, and then is shocked at seeing Lois with the pigtails too, I think. Right? I don't know. She looks shocked to her see her. But
Oh, pigtails.
Lois is like, look, I brought this for your cumpleaños. That is Spanish for birthday. Yeah, I get it, Lois. I get it. Thank you. I also brought you back a bottle of Black Label tequila. But I drank it on the way over here. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so
Classic Lois.
so apparently I have a whole thing going on where someone took my identity and made me miss a whole bunch of deadlines I didn't even know I had. So what did Chloe do to Lois's day? Like, she fucked up her day, dude.
Yeah,
So,
that's what her wish was, to tear her down.
Jesus. So yeah, about that, Lois. Okay, so there was this sorceress at the birthday party. She granted me this wish to be you, which is something I didn't know I wanted in the first place, but I guess I did, and it happened, then the hex wore off, and now we're here. So,
Once again, hold on. This is why it's disgusting to me. This is why this episode, I don't know who wrote it and what we were trying to do, but it was every possible thing you can think of to just say how great Chloe is. Continue with this deleted scene and what Lois says.
yeah, Lois goes, well, stranger things have happened. What are you gonna do? Wow, Lois, you really do punch life in the face, don't you? Wow, I don't know who said that, but I'd like it on a shirt for real. That's really cool that you said that. Look, think about it, Chloe. Besides, I learned from the master. Huh? You may have wanted to walk a mile in my shoes, girl. But guess what? All I've ever done is follow in your footsteps. You're the reason I became a journalist. So I guess we could say that you made me who I am.
You know how awesome you are?
Ironico, huh? So that's like Spanish for... I know, Lois. Okay, please stop talking like a fucking idiot.
I know
Spanish.
Latin.
Yeah. So she goes and says, another birthday get over Jimmy. Welcome back to the world present. Lois gets her a filled out, I guess, paper application, offer, interview letter thing that says you have an interview with the planet tomorrow at 2. Don't say anything. You don't have to thank me. Like, the Daily Planet would not be the same without the one and only Chloe Sullivan.
Dude, if I'm Clark, I'm pissed. Now the flirting's going to be toned down with Lois and him. Jesus. You got to think about it.
Lois doesn't know about, like, really the real deep problem with this whole Chloe being infatuated.
No, that's what I said. That's why if I'm Clark, I'm pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
and so,
you don't get her a job. She better not have a desk right next to us. Then we're no longer going to play footsie underneath and be like, was that you? Was that
put her
you?
where Gay Colin was.
Yeah, he's dead from her wedding.
So deleted scene done. Are we going to count that as canon? Does she have the interview?
Yeah, everything on how great Chloe is canon.
All right, cool. Cool. So now we go to the best scene of all time. All right. Lois and Clark.
I think there's been better scenes, but it's a good one.
I also love this because it still makes a callback to Plastique. Do you remember when Clark is just hanging at the Daily Planet and just squeaking his chair and annoying Lois? He's like, "What are you doing? Why are you still here? Like, you don't like, don't you need to go home?" Do you remember that?
I do remember that because
It's
now
being
we
reversed now.
exactly, and that's why she's smiling.
Mm-hmm. She's squeaking her chair, and
Is
I
there
just
something
love.
on your mind, Lois?
Yeah, and I just love that she immediately says, like, "So, how long did it take for you to realize that I wasn't myself?"
Within 5 seconds, I missed you.
He tries to deny. He's like, "Well, I have to admit it. I should have picked up on it sooner, to be honest. You weren't as bossy as usual. I'll say that." And
And Chloe let
Chloe,
me drive.
and Chloe let me drive. I love that he says that too. He's like, because he gets so annoyed with that. She's probably a terrible driver too. So,
Awful.
um, so she goes, "Well, little blonde sources tell me that you don't mind my assertive flair." And he goes, "What?" Leans over and says, "Let me see it."
You've already
Lois, I
seen
don't
it.
know. Lois, I don't know what you're talking about. No, let me see it. You have a terrible poker face.
By the way, he knows exactly what she's talking about.
Dude, this is why I love it, because as normal Clark, he would have never admitted that he framed that and kept it with him. But now
Gi-
that she knows, she says, "Gimme." And he reluctantly opens the drawer. He even looks around and is like, "God, hope no one's
Everyone
seeing this
went
right
home, right?
now." And dude, she gets, oh, here we go. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me pause that real quick. So we landed on number 4 with the weird one. Number 5, never take deadlines too seriously. Number 6, triple check your facts. Number 7, put all the good stuff at the beginning. And yes, there is a typo. So that means Lois did write these rules. That means she gave them to Clark. She assumed probably Clark would probably just toss them, maybe throw it away. But he
Yeah.
went and framed it.
Yeah, he smells that every single morning.
Scratch and sniff. And
Yeah.
so yeah, beginning has a typo in there,
For
and we know
Clark, I
Lois with
bet
the
it would
typos.
be.
And Clark honestly looks at Lois, and Lois looks like she's getting a little teary-eyed because she says, "Wow, who would have known you were this sentimental?"
All right, I will say this is kind of silly of Lois to also think that Clark's not into her if he truly did answer all 5 of those phone calls.
Yeah, what the hell?
Come on, Lois. He doesn't do that with anybody, regardless of it's for work, Lois. He doesn't do that with anybody.
And then he does say, because she teases him, like, "Maybe we should hang it up in the office. Maybe everyone should know." No, hey, look, this is a memento for me from my first day on the job, okay? And plus, a constant reminder that there's only one Lois Lane. God damn it, Clark! I want to fucking kiss you right now, dude. That's dude, just say it. Just say you love her, okay? But yeah, she says, "You better believe it."
Hey, why are you looking like that? Why aren't you showing cleavage? You got a hot date or something? What's going on? Yeah, yeah. This guy in first class asked me out, and I figured, why the hell not, right? He'll actually show up to dinner.
Right. Yeah, what about you? Big plans? No, just probably hang around here, follow up on a few things. You want me to call if anything comes through the wire?
Clean some
Oh,
cow shit.
you want to stand me up again? Is that what you want to do? Okay, Lois, like, that was a mistake. Agreed. Office thrown together in the trenches, sparks kind of thing. Okay, back to basics. We'll keep the game on the field. Yeah, whatever. Uh, yeah, that's a good rule, I guess. You should
He's
add that to the
he's trying not
list.
to cry.
Yeah, they're both trying not to cry right now. They turned a weird, very beautiful moment into this like sad bickering thing. I did not like that. Also, you think she really had a date? Should that be the poll?
No, she didn't have a date. That's obvious.
Hmm. Hmm. How obvious
No,
though?
she did not have a date. And by the way, you know why she did not have a date? After Clark had that frame, she's going home and finger herself, right?
She's hitting that dildo up, dude.
Yeah, man.
Little Willie, Big Willie.
No, it's Big Clark. That's what it's labeled as.
All right, let's go to your final scene. Let's try to make it quick, dude.
Yeah,
Your final
yeah, don't
scene.
worry. It'll be ridiculously final, ridiculously fast.
Terrorist
Chloe
organization.
is here at ISIS. Oliver walks in, says, "Let's do this." Are you ready?
I'm ready as you are. You know what
I
this means, Chloe. It means leaving your life as a reporter behind. The old life gone.
Let's pause. She wasn't a reporter. Let's keep
Yeah,
going.
right. You sure you want to say goodbye to that forever?
She already did.
Yesterday, I wouldn't have been able to answer that question, but after spending the day at the Daily Planet and I fucked up everyone's career, I realized that's someone else's life, not mine. Oliver smiles. I have so much.
Wasn't she already doing this?
I don't know, dude. You know, it's strange. Everyone seems to have so much clarity after the Zatanna's angel dust. Yeah.
It was angel dust, right?
Almost makes me wish I had my turn at the magic lamp. Yeah. I'll save you the heel blisters, Oliver. So that means she got heel blisters from Lois? Weird.
She doesn't know how to walk.
Yeah, she's an idiot. So she's like, look, we just don't listen, all right? We all want to save the world. How about this? He's like, are you sure this is it? This is what you want to do? I was fucking born ready. This is where I belong, Oliver. Opens the fucking terrace office thing, secret computer lab. Computer. Aquaman, online. Canary, online. Cyborg, online. Impulse, online. Arrow, online. Watchtower, online. Chloe's officially Watchtower, guys.
Hasn't she always been?
Watchtower's officially online. It never was online before.
No.
This is the first time. End credits. A big reveal. Chloe's Watchtower. Holy shit. Oh my god. It's like a season finale. What do you think about that, dude?
That's what happens in life, everybody. You cheat. You hit your husband in the head with the lead pipe. You expect a sorry. You turn them into a drug addict. You make a birthday party celebration. You don't invite them.
That's right.
And then you say, I'm not ever going to look over my shoulder. I don't look in the past. Losers.
Yeah, gross.
And then says, you know what? I am going to be Watchtower. Weren't you already I have to give up my life as a reporter. You weren't a reporter. What do you mean give up your life as a reporter? You mean ISIS? You know, wasn't that like a counselor head? I don't think that was really that important, but here you go.
Look, man.
Dude, this is ridiculous. Chloe's so awesome, right? That's what everyone gets out of this episode. This is ridiculous.
Don't talk about her like that, bro.
What did Jimmy do?
Don't talk about her like that, all right?
We bury him by making her the ultimate hero.
That's right. She's the best. She's Watchtower. She saves lives. Just like Lana did.
I didn't get this ending. I even asked you, was this a flashback?
Yeah, it's cool, right?
Well, so wait, it was a flashback for 5 years ago?
I don't know, man. But look, we're done, all right? Stop being so angry about it, all right? Chloe sucks. She's our villain of the season, bro.
This is I don't know. Oliver was in this episode. And he is the one. You always have to remember. Lana coming back is Oliver's fault.
Yep.
He could have said, like, hey, I wouldn't go back.
Yeah, you want to miss out on that wedding for sure.
Instead, he says, no, come. Clark misses you.
Yeah, all he talks about is you. So, yeah, Hex is done, y'all. Episode 18? What was this, 18?
No, this is 17.
17.
I am
My bad.
17,
My bad. Hey, my
going
bad.
on
Hey, my
18. I know just what you need.
So Hex is done, man. Eternal is next week. Zatanna, oh, so beautiful. Can't wait to see her again.
I'm excited that she's coming back. That's great.
And then next week, we're going to have a Luther-centered episode, man. It's going to be great. We haven't had one in a long time, huh?
What do you mean a Luther-centered episode?
You'll just have to wait and see.
Because he's wished back?
I don't know.
Oliver, you're so stupid. Biggest villain.
But it's called Eternal, episode 18. We'll see you next week. Thank you for the 5 stars because we know you're leaving them, as you should. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for anyone new here. Catch us next week for Eternal, dude.
Thank you for attending Sky High.
Sky High. Shout out Josephine, dude. That was a good one.
That was awesome, actually.